TV, certainly the best.
Hello and welcome to WIC Women in Conversation. It's a table where women sit and discuss things that are pertaining women, but not just the women. Anyways, we talk about men because without men we can have the women, and without the women we can have the men. So there must be discussion going around both women and men, and of course the children too. We'll also talk about the children, but we made it just a women affair so we can be free to talk about us really. Anyway, welcome to today's episode of WIC. I am Patricia Gabriels. And with me today to discuss some of the things we'll be talking about, I have to my left, Ayo Alibalugu. Ayo Alibalugu, you're welcome to the program. She's a consultant. Don't let me forget that aspect of her. She's a consultant. Welcome to this program.
Thank you for having me.
It's good to have you. And to my right, I have Princess Edith Madejewon. Princess Edith is the CEO of Fredet Gold Collections. Okay, so she's the one that beautifies us. Anyway, let me put it that way. So she makes everything that we wear happen, and she makes us look this good. Edith, you're welcome.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
And then to my far left, I have Mercy Emmanuel. Mercy Emmanuel is a nurse and a senior nurse at that. Mercy has been the one telling us what to eat and what not to eat, what to drink and what not to drink. We remember the Christmas episode where she was telling us we shouldn't take a lot of soda and all that. Carbonated drinks. And she told us to stick on water, which wasn't really nice for me. Mercy, you're welcome to the program.
Thank you.
Okay, so let's start off with what we're going to be talking on today. We're going to be talking on Mother's Day. Mother's Day was celebrated just last week. It was a few days ago. Yes, a few days ago. Yes, maybe I should say it out here. I got a bouquet of money from my daughter.
Wow.
And of course the men were so angry in the house. They were like, what's going on? Every day people are celebrating Mother's Day. That's why we want to talk about it today. Let me start with you, Ayo. A lot of people say we're always celebrating Mother's Day. In fact, some men say Mother's Day, are they the only ones in the world? They are celebrating them every time because we just did the International Women's Day in March 8th.
Yes.
And then a few days after is Mother's Day.
March 15th.
Yes, I remember that March 8th, my son also woke up and said, Mommy, what do you want? I want to order for you. It's International Women's Day. And I was like, thank you. And he did order me something. And then a few days after, I'm being celebrated again. So the men are not upset. They're not angry, but they're asking questions. Why is it that the women are more celebrated than the men?
Well, it's a function of perception as far as I see it. Let's just say that the month of March is a month dedicated to
women,
celebrating women largely. And not just women. Now let's narrow it down to Mother's Day. There could be a man who doubles as a father and a mother, who nurtures the son, the daughter. Such men too are recognized on Mother's Day.
Sure.
As a single mother, my daughter makes it a point of duty to celebrate me on Father's Day.
Wow.
Oh, yes.
Oh,
yes. And celebrate every man who has contributed positively
to her life
and made an impact to her life.
Yeah.
So I also take out time to celebrate the men who also pull that by virtue of maybe being divorced and they're taking care of their children or they're widowed. So mothering is just another word for nurturing. It is not a clash or the fight of the sexes, to be honest. So when some men, trivialize it Every day should be used to celebrate the people you love.
That's right.
Sure.
That's my point.
That's your point. Okay, for Edith, men also have Father's Day.
Yeah.
Okay. But they are still insisting that the Father's Day is not worldly recognized the way Mother's Day is being recognized, and they don't celebrate them the way mothers are being celebrated. What's your take on that?
As far as thank you for that. As far as I'm concerned, I think I know there is what they set aside for International Father's Day, just as we have International Mother's Day. But fortunately for women, we have the next week, which is 15th of the same March, is the Mother's Day.
True.
So it's like a double celebration for women. Why she said the month of March is set aside to celebrate the womanhood, the mothers. Okay, now, why are men not comfortable with just one celebration in a month? You understand? In a year. It's you give woman one egg, she will triple it. Whatever you give to the woman, she will multiply it times 10. So you give us International Women's Day, you give us Mother's Day, we elaborate it. They can't elaborate theirs. It's not our fault.
Oh my God, princess. That's a good one. That's a good one.
It's not our fault. We elaborate it. We celebrate ourselves. Even if we don't have anybody to celebrate us, I trust my women. We learn to celebrate ourselves.
Yes, we have learned that.
We have learned before. Over the years, we look for people that will celebrate us.
Exactly.
We wallow in the pain and wallow in pity, self-pity, looking for who to celebrate us. I just give it to my women. These days, we have worn the garment of celebration. Whether it's our birthdays, whether it's Mother's Day, whether International Women's Day, we are celebrating ourselves. I think I will tell the men, also learn to celebrate yourself.
They should loud it.
They should amplify it. If you can amplify it,
They should amplify
not it to obvious. That's it.
Mercy. Okay, so the men says that their celebration is not as elaborate as the Women's Day celebration, just like Edith said. They said they complained also that even though they have their own special day, the children don't celebrate them the way they celebrate their moms.
I don't agree.
But that's what they're complaining
Now,
about.
the truth is, it's only the myopic minded that will say that when it comes to the men. Every man that realizes the importance of a woman would not say that. A woman, just as Edith said, a woman is a procreator. Whatever you give to a woman, the man only goes out there, I want to get the money, take care of the home. They think that whatever it is they've gone out to fetch is enough to sort out everything. But no. I used to get angry with this man that sang this, to be a man is not a day's job. I'm like, what do you guys bring to the table? When a woman is asked that question and you don't know what to answer, it's because you do not know who you are. Do you understand? A woman should be celebrated every second because a woman is seated here. She's washing, she's cooking, she's thinking of the next thing to do. I mean, in few seconds, a woman is a multitasker.
So you think the men don't multitask?
No, they don't.
No.
Really?
That is the way we are wired.
Just a few.
And if you watch some skit makers, you'll see them when a woman just decides, okay, let me go out, you take care of the home, clean the house, take care of the kids and all that. You see that by the time the child cries once, daddy, I'm hungry, the other one comes, daddy, I want to cook, the other one comes, daddy, I want to do this, daddy, like, hey, let your mother come and take care. So why a child or people around understand the importance of women or mothers? Because we put in a lot. They put in little, whether we like it or not, they put in little and expect so much. But we, funny enough, we put in a lot. And funny enough, we also
get it clear. Because Ayo said something about some people could be widowers, some men could have been divorced.
Very few
and they
of them
take care of the children like the women do. So what extra do you think the women put?
Wow. Okay. Now, there are many women that are not just full housewives. I give it to those that are full housewives because the tax in the house is overwhelming. Because the men go out, and when they are back, I posted something some days back on my WhatsApp status, and a woman that was breastfeeding and sleeping. Now she is sleeping and the child is just not comfortable. Probably this woman is probably a full housewife, let us assume. She cleans the house, she takes care of the kids. Probably she took the kids to school. She takes care of that man that just wakes up in the morning, takes his bath and just runs off to work. And she stays back in the house to care for the kids when they are back and to also care for the family. So the woman puts a whole lot. This man just goes out, gets to work, and he's back.
But they tell you they bring the money.
No,
You know, ours is just to
so
take
the
care
women
of
also bring the money.
You know, for me, to be honest, I don't like to do the war of the sexes. I don't. I like fairness and balance.
All right.
But life is not like that generally.
Sure.
So in each household, you determine how you want to structure or how you move. You know, so when you have the woman, she's doing house chores and everything, nothing stops the man from helping out.
Yeah. The money wouldn't.
Now,
I am the head.
so because I am not in their home, I can't say. You understand? These days, we look at things from the periphery and we reach a lot of conclusions. Until you walk in that person's shoes.
Before you understand.
So for a man that goes out to bring the money, he's done a lot. Let's assume this man wakes up lives in the Ikeja and walks
on the island for work.
And you know, wakes up at 4:30 or 5, says his prayers, leaves the house by 6, has to get to by 6 o'clock on 3rd Mainland Bridge. There's traffic.
By 5:30.
Exactly.
So the guy gets to work at 7:30, goes through all the work process, the office politics, the stress, the disappointment, the joys, the wins, comes back home. At least he's sure that he'll meet a warm house, a house where there's food, love, and all of these things is also premised on their relationship. The children, now the world might decide to celebrate the man only once a year. You as a wife or as a girlfriend, as a partner, is your decision how often
you want to celebrate him.
Yeah. Appreciate him. For me, whether my husband or my boyfriend or my son or my children or my relatives, my co-workers, I have seen that nobody knows, tomorrow. So therefore, I'm going to celebrate you as much as I can at every point that I have.
Okay, Ayo, let's look at celebration from your own angle. You want to celebrate them as much as you can. How do you want to celebrate? Or what do you mean by celebrating them? Okay. Because these men are complaining that when his mother, like I just said, I got a bouquet of money from my daughter. I don't know. I'm just saying here, I don't know what my daughter would do. But I don't think she would want to, give a bouquet of money to his dad.
To her dad.
Because she might be thinking he has enough. Yeah, but I don't know if you understand. We mothers, the moment I saw the bouquet of money,
it all boils down.
I was like,
it all boils down. Thank you. It all
relationship that has been created.
Thank you.
Between either the man and the people around him.
And the children.
I want to broaden it to the people around him. Trust me, if that man fits in to be celebrated,
every day,
he needs not to blow a trumpet. It will just come naturally.
So for me,
you asked me a question.
Yes, I asked you a question. Please go ahead.
So you said, how would the man be celebrated?
Okay.
So a lot of time we're expecting grandiose gesture. Well, so let's assume I live with this awesome man and he comes. He's not even my brother. He's not even my boyfriend or something. Well, let's say we're just co-tenants in the house. You give him a warm meal. The way the utensils with which you present it, you're not doing the regular. Okay, so today you understand. You do after setting the table. You now put his face. What's this one? I'm celebrating you now. In an unusual, something creative, innovative. Your brother, your husband, your father gets back from work. Let's say, Dad, bring your feet. Let me massage you. You're a king.
When you do that too, we begin to look at you with the bombastic side eyes. having in mind that
Let me hear
there
from
is something behind this.
asking-
Because men already have this mindset that
Mentality.
for you to give me a special treat,
Mercy, you use the term myopic.
yes.
I love that. And that seals it for me. So even if you're dealing with a myopic man, you did it the first day, second day, third day, not day, but first time, second time, without asking anything. The person gets to understand. And then you also teach the person, if the person is myopic, not to think that replicates it. Oga, when I celebrate, you might go.
See, you guys are not seeing it from my own perspective.
Okay, please, what's your perspective?
Yeah, you know you're always on the war zone.
Our perspectives are usually different. So let's hear from
I beg to differ. So the thing is this: we celebrate the present fathers every time, just as we celebrate the present mothers. What of the absentee fathers? Are they also expected to be celebrated?
Exactly.
And these are the men that you hear out there, or you see out there complaining that my children are not celebrating me, nobody's celebrating me.
No.
When you have no, hold on please. When you have not built any bonding between you and your children and your relations, it is the bonding, it is the seed that you sow that will germinate.
Let me come in there.
Are you
Why I
getting
want
it?
to come in there is these complaints from men, why I decided to choose this topic, are fathers that are present with the children. They are saying on Mother's Day, the children go all out to at least get a gift for
Because
the
the mothers
But for
sacrifice.
them, someone told me.
So males do sacrifice a lot.
Someone told me and said, for him, the children will just come, oh, Daddy, Happy Father's Day. And everybody's up.
That is for
That the children go far to get gifts with the mother. That during the year, before the small children, you see them putting monies together and say, Mother's Day is coming. Mother's Day is coming. We'll buy present for mommy. So that is their argument. That's their not anger.
That is for one person in particular. That's not for general.
Does he
general
want
men. Are you getting
material
it?
gift or emotional gift?
Good.
Something happened this last, so American Father's Day was Valentine's Day.
Valentine's Day, yeah.
So on that Valentine's Day, a friend came to see me. And so whilst we were together, his son in America sent him a message, about 13 years old. And, sent, so something, Happy Father's Day, I love you, Daddy. I love
Happy
you.
Valentine's Day.
The guy just went, don't tell me you love me. How can you tell me? Don't. I was like, hold on a second. Your son told you he loves you. That should not be a problem. This guy,
He has never felt love. He has never seen love.
no. So, he said, well, if it's, I said, no. Now that brings it down to few years down the line. I said, don't train this boy not to be able to express emotion.
Yes.
This is you, his father.
Yeah.
He's saying that I love you, Daddy. It was like, if he was just there to hug him and everything, that would have just been okay. And I said to him, now, if this was close up years down the line, you begin to complain.
Yeah.
So what do we do?
This is exactly the point I made, that you're expecting from what you've not built.
I just said you can't
There
repay
is no, if there is a relationship, or if there was a relationship, I don't think he'll be overwhelmed by Daddy, I love
Yeah,
you.
because he has already laid that foundation.
But this boy, trust me, for that boy to send that message, this is what he has been nurturing inside of him. And this is what he was. Probably he has seen his friends exhibit that. And I want to do this with my dad.
And he's understanding
that it's to your loved ones.
It's your love. So I now had to coach him. That Valentine's Day. So once he was there, my daughter sent me this beautiful cake, very cute and everything. My daughter is not gay.
Exactly.
You understand? So he was like, it's okay if I get no.
You see how they reach. And this is why we celebrate her.
He said, why is this on Valentine's Day? He said, why?
You can search
I'm telling you, I want to send him this clip so he knows that I spoke about it.
On the long run, it's also good to celebrate our father.
It is. My dad was an amazing
Men
guy.
also deserve to be celebrated.
Oh yes, my dad was an amazing
because most
guy.
often they don't get gifts. To be frank.
That's what
Most often they don't get
complaining
gifts
about.
either from their partner, from their children, or from
And
their
then
colleague.
even if they
You
get
know,
this,
So
sometimes
but
it's gonna be
the wives, the
innerwear.
partner, it's good
No,
to also celebrate them.
Yeah.
The
If
partner
you have
should
a
learn
father
to
alive,
train
you
them.
have an uncle alive, you have a
Yes.
good support system, you have a destiny helper.
That is a male,
That is a
yes.
male. Go out there to celebrate them. Look out for their big day, for their anniversary, celebrate them. And if you don't know any of this, their big day, anytime,
questions.
any day, please celebrate every good man in
That's
your life.
it. That's it.
Okay, we're going to go for a short break, and when we come back, we're going to continue this conversation. Ayo just did a shout out to Dele. We would like to have the Dele in the studio, even though we don't accommodate men, but we would like to have him and see him when he was in.
Dele, I don't feel like this is for you. You're coming on the show.
Let's go on a short break. We'll be right back. Please sit.
Okay.
Okay, welcome back. It's still Women in Conversation, WIC in short. We were talking about Mother's Day, and the continuation of the Mother's Day conversation has just begun. So Edith was saying something about celebrating men at all times. So I was going to come into talking about you celebrate the real men, not just the men
Exactly.
that fathered
Essential.
a child. You know,
Yeah.
just
You mean
some men-
sperm donor?
Exactly. Thank you.
Let's say the way it is. Let's say the way it is.
Celebrate the
The
real
present
men.
daddies.
Let's look at Tonto Dike
Okay.
as a case study here today.
All right.
Tonto calls herself
King.
King Tonto.
Yes.
And why did she do that? Because she said, okay, she stepped into the shoes of
The shoes
the
of
father.
father
and
and the mother.
Do you think it was right for her to have done that? I don't think Churchill decided not to take care of her son. It was her decision as at the time of breakup to take the child.
Can
And
I come
yes,
in there?
please come in there.
She has the right to be addressed whichever way she chooses to be addressed. She gave herself the name, and we don't have any reason not to accept it. We all have a way of celebrating ourselves. There are some things you are very good at in doing, and you have a way of, praising yourself. That is the way she feel like she should praise herself in that position that she has assumed as a father and a mother. You understand? She was doing a lot at a time. I understand you said it's not that the father of the child
Yeah.
didn't
As at
want
the time, yes.
to step in as a father to play his role. She blocked that angle, and she owned up to it. She has her reason, and she's entitled to her reasons. So if she decides to be called a King Toto, I think that's her decision. It fits her, it suits her, she likes it. We don't have any reason to query her. Why do you want to be called King Toto? That is who she choose to be. And every other woman out there, we have some super single mothers. They also have a way of, celebrating themselves or praising themselves. You can see here a woman that will say, 3 in 1, I'm a superwoman. Are you getting it? Superwoman. How do Yoruba say it? Obirimeta. Yeah, that's some super women that also
Is that how you say it?
Yeah, that's what they call it. That's some women that has also stepped in as a father and a mother at the same time. You have some single women that are she just trained one, but she's training one child. There are some single parents, single mothers that are training 3 children, 4. I know a single mother that single-handedly raised 3 grown-up graduates. What do you call that lady? If she choose to say, today I'm King Deborah, what will you call her? You say
Or
you are
decides to call herself Odogu.
Odogu. And
Not
you say,
Odogures.
yeah, Odogu. Okay.
There must have been a reason.
Thank you. If she choose to say, okay, today I'm the Odogress or I'm the Odogu, I'm Odogu Deborah, you say I'm not fit to be called Odogu Princess. I am Odogu Princess.
Okay.
Because I've been through some rough part and I survived it.
Odogu Princess. It's nice to have you on set today. Let's hear from you on Tonto Dike's issues.
All right. The thing is, due to what I have been through in life, I am not quick to judging people.
Thank you.
Truth be told, if we look deep, there must have been a reason why she gave herself that title. Honestly, let's be blunt. Some people call me a feminist, but I just like being honest. No woman will tell you, don't partake in the upbringing of your child. It's a heavy load.
It
I'm
is.
talking from experience. No woman would do that. If you want to, as a man, you know your responsibility as a man or as a father, not as a donor. I don't want to go raw, just as you said. Not as a donor. You know, this is my father role in the life of this child or these children.
Fatherly role.
You shouldn't be begged to do your fatherly role. And when it comes to a point where a woman tells the world she is the king, she took over everything, there must have been a
Speak volume.
smoke. There's a fire under.
Hey, speak.
Take it. Sweetie, what's your take on What's your take on Tonto Dike?
I don't know much about her story.
Yeah.
I don't like to judge what I don't know.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
So, if she chooses to be king, is it because she's nurturing her child that makes her a king? It could be she's trying to say she's a boss lady in the Nollywood industry as well. So, it might not just be in reference to her bringing up her child.
You know,
Well, that's what she said.
That's what
It's
she
in
said.
reference of bringing up a child
Right,
by
so-
herself. Yeah.
So, bringing up a child.
At some point, she started wearing male clothes.
Yes.
when she's going, when the
There
child
was
is
one
doing
of the
entire
Father's Day. She
Yes,
came as
yes.
when
yes.
the child has entire sports, anything to do in school, they need parents. She will dress with
As a man.
Yeah,
As a
that
man.
shiki should go. On Father's Day, she'll celebrate herself. You see it boils down to how we celebrate ourselves. She celebrates herself on Mother's Day. She celebrates herself on Father's Day. And this boy is still a little, he just clocked 10. So she does the celebration herself. How many men will come out to celebrate themselves?
Alright, so I like the fact that she's doing all of that, wearing the pants and everything. Yeah, some of us can be a bit dramatic.
Yeah,
really.
yeah, that's
and then
it.
some of
She
us
is.
are really like, you know what? I roll up my sleeves, hands on deck, boom. For the records, I had my child at 18 and a half. Single mother. My daughter today is 32 years old in June. And I give all praises to God Almighty because she went to some of the best schools, from Vivian Fowler to studying abroad, Bristol University, Loughborough University, MBA certification, and all by myself. Now, should I now start wearing, blazers and everything too? No. But because that child from babyhood
Seen that you've
has
been
seen
there.
the
all
father and all of that, I said to you before now that my daughter would celebrate me on Father's Day.
Are you going to force her
So-
for that?
so
She
I-
choose to.
You
Because
understand?
you deserve it.
Yeah, so I don't think that women should be overtly dramatic about certain things. In Yoruba, we say this: what you can change, you accept. What you can change. If that is the reality on ground for you, am I going to love myself less? I moved on. But the day I had my child, I made up my mind and I looked at my child and I said, this is meant to be a mess. But you know what? She is going to be a message.
Yeah, I like
And
that.
my daughter has turned out to be a message. I think you should celebrate the people around you. What you give, you get. Love goes around.
Only really be celebrated, you have to create that relationship.
Learn to celebrate the people around you. Learn to celebrate your wife. And learn to celebrate every of your little ones.
And so, my pretty women here have just left a message for the men. If you want to be celebrated, learn how to celebrate the people around you and celebrate yourself. You get what you give. I'm Patricia Uremu Gabriels.
ITV, certainly the best.
Thanks for keeping a date with us on the program Politics Today on Independent Television and Radio. I'm yours sincerely, Sonny Duke Okosi, your host on the show. So much to talk about on the program this lovely Saturday morning, beginning with the outcomes of the APC National Convention, which took place yesterday at Eagle Square in Abuja, with a whole lot of stuff coming out from that convention in the build up to the 2027 election. But let's get started with some of the stories that I would like to share with you. President Bola Tinubu has declared that the All Progressives Congress does not seek to establish a one-party state in Nigeria, despite expressing unprecedented defections of governors, senators, representatives from opposition parties over the past 2 years. Speaking at the APC's fourth elective national convention on Friday night at the Eagle Square, Abuja, the president emphasized his belief in credible opposition as essential for democratic advancement. The president's remarks come amid growing concerns in opposition circles that massive defections to the ruling party could create democratic imbalance and weaken checks on government power. Tinubu acknowledged the significant growth of the APC through defections, describing it as demonstration of the strength of the party's beliefs and Nigerians' trust for the party. Well, these are some of the major pullout from the convention which took place yesterday, particularly from Mr. President himself. In the course of the show, we'll be giving insights into that particular issue. But let's quickly look at other fallouts from the convention. The National Convention of the ruling All Progressive Congress on Friday night elected Dr. Ben Nwoye as its new Deputy National Chairman South, effectively replacing Chief Irma Aneku. The transition took place during the party's national convention at Eagle Square. Until the late night decision, Chief Eneku had served as the deputy national chairman of the region. However, the emergence of Nwoye, a move solidified by a consensus arrangement, indicates the party's intent to recalibrate its mobilization strategy ahead of future electoral cycles, particularly in the southeast. Okay. Let's look at the full list of the leadership of the APC after yesterday's national convention, beginning with Iwada and of course Bashiru. We'll look at other elected national executive. The Congress on Friday elected a new set of national officers during its national convention held at the Eagle Square in Abuja. Professor Nantawe Iwada was returned as the national chairman of the party, while Surajuddin Bashiru, senator, emerged as the national secretary of the party's fourth elective national convention held at Eagle Square. Other national executives of the party will have the deputy national chairman North, Ali Bukar Dalori, deputy national chairman South, Dr. Benjamin Obi Nwoye, and several others. And of course, our very own Dr. Mrs. Mary Lile Idili returned as the national woman leader of the APC. We say big congratulations to her. I mean, we must always look for a way to celebrate our own, all right, if you know what I mean. Anyways, let's quickly move on to other stories. Big story coming in from Kano State, where the deputy governor, Comrade Aminu Abdusalam Gwazo, has resigned from office, saying his decision was guided by responsibility and statesmanship and not admission of any wrongdoing. Could just be his way of avoiding being impeached by the National Assembly. You know, that's a story that has been going on. In resignation letter addressed to Governor Abba Yusuf and made available to journalists, Gwazo stated that he voluntarily stepped down to allow the government and the state to move forward without any distractions. All right, and of course, so much more for you. Osun APC kicks as APP sues governorship candidate over credentials. The Action People's Party has instituted a case against the candidate of the All Progressives Congress in the August 15th gubernatorial election in Osun State, Bola Oyebanji, before an Osogbo Federal High Court over alleged irregularities in the credentials he submitted to the Independent National Electoral Commission. They say in politics, particularly in Nigeria, when you're not in, nobody is interested in your history. But the moment you get into politics, but rest assured that people are going to track you, track your father, your grandfather, your mother, your grandmother. They want to see how you've been as an individual, see if they can poke something out there to bring you down. Interesting. Let's go into our discussion segment of the program. I'm joined now by a lecturer, public affairs analyst and policy analyst, Bobby Ewosa Obayiwana. Thank you for joining us on the program.
Thank you very much for having me. Good morning, Nigerians. It's always a pleasure to be here. Always a pleasure.
Thank you. We're also expecting our other panelists that will be joining us virtually. Comrade Emmanuel Ogbidi, President of Network of Civil Society Organization, will be joining us virtually. And then, of course, we also have Honorable Ewingare Osa Kindness, an APC chieftain, also joining us virtually to deepen this conversation. Honorable Ehi Hariva is a former chairman of Igor Local Government Council, will also be joining us physically in the studio. But we get the show started right now, right away. Remember, you're also part of the panelists, especially if you're watching us from any part of the world or you're following us, listening to us on radio. You can also contribute to the discussion much later when our studio line will be open, so you can contribute to the discussion. But let's get started. Bob, it's good to have you on the show. Right, APC and President Tinubu's re-election bid is a major talking point at this point in time.
Yes.
And we're looking at perception of Nigerians amidst the current realities, interface that with the policy drive of the present administration. But Mr. President is saying opposition should stop picking holes in the Electoral Act and try to create the impression that his government and the APC, they are all out to weaken opposition. He says the positives that we can see with the APC in terms of strength and defections is a product of trust and confidence of his leadership and the political party. Take it off from there.
For me, political leaders and politicians will always make statements. But the reality and the tangible facts that we are seeing from the current state of things in Nigeria is that Mr. President is only trying to show that he is a party man and that he believes in the leadership structure of his own party, which is at variance with the current realities that Nigerians are suffering from now. The mass defection to the APC has not reduced inflation. The mass defection of politicians to the APC has not improved our power supply. The mass defection of the APC has not reduced the level of multidimensional poverty. The mass defection of the APC is not something that Nigerians are even worried about. Nigerians don't even care, as a matter of fact. What we are seeing are a gang of political actors mass defecting into the ruling party to consolidate their political interests, reflect their political relevance, sell their ideas that they use to razzle-dazzle and bamboozle the minds of the public. And when they get into office, the reality is that the dividends of democracy do not trickle down to the people. Nigeria has over 84% of inflation, the highest in the history ever witnessed. According to the Guardian newspaper, the Premium Times, SERAP, Amnesty International, these are notable bodies that nobody can deny. Nigerians currently are suffering from over 150% different levels of multidimensional poverty. As I can talk to you, an average Nigerian in the streets is living below the poverty belt. over 156 million Nigerians, according to statistical data from very reliable, verifiable sources, are suffering from economic hardship. Yet we have a system that continuously borrows money, continuously organizes rallies, continuously receives politicians from different political folds into the ruling party, and they are telling us that Nigerians, that the APC is a government that believes that it has done well. Why would the president say that when most of those politicians that are defecting, they have, most of them, they have, I don't think they have gone through the level of hardship, the level of suffering, the level of intimidation, harassment that an average Nigerian goes through in the streets on a daily basis. So what I feel is that we have politicians making several political statements that do not reflect tangible realities that Nigerians want to be connected to. When in the face of oppression and tyranny, when the people refuse to speak, silence implies consent, and that is why Nigerians are beginning to register their grievances. If you go on social media, you will see Nigerians complaining there. If you go to the streets, you see Nigerians complaining. If you go to our market women are complaining. Bus drivers are complaining. Keke riders are complaining. These are different demographics that form part of the social capital that makes up the economic base of the length and breadth of Nigeria these politicians cannot shy away
these from. Complaints don't reflect in the elections. I mean, these people you talk about.
Of course.
Yes, on election day, they are willing to take 20,000, 10,000, 5,000, as the case may be, to mortgage their future. Isn't that a challenge?
Yes, it is a challenge. But what do you make of a system that deliberately weaponizes poverty, weaponizes hardship, weaponizes starvation, increases the level of pain and suffering for the people, and puts the masses at their mercy on the day of the election? If you look at what is going on in this country, the inflation is so high to the extent that the highest currency in the land, which is 1,000 naira, no longer has any economic value or significant relevance to an average Nigerian. And that is why they deliberately carry out all these harsh economic shambolic policies and programs that do not reflect democratic tenets, that do not reflect the yearnings, dreams, and collective socio-political patrimony and aspirations of Nigerians, at the detriment of the majority and at the advantage of the elite. So they will bring their 5,000, they will bring their 10,000, they will bring their 20,000, they will bring their 30,000, and so on and so forth. And at the end of the day, the story stays the same. So these politicians, they are smart. They will continue to control the narratives. And we also have a controversial independent National Electoral Commission that knows how to work in alliance with the politicians and the political class at the detriment of the interests, aspirations, and electoral outcomes that have consistently shown that they are never a reflection of the people's collective will in the supposed nascent baby democracy that we practice from this part of the world and from this climate. And that is why I am loving this conversation right now, because this is a wake-up call for all Nigerians to wake up and know that Nigeria belongs to Nigerians, that Nigerians are not morons. Nigerians may be quiet, but they are not morons. Nigerians may be patient, but they are not morons. Nigerians are hardworking, they are resilient, they have been consistent in their belief and faith for democracy and national integration, but that does not invariably mean that they are morons to the political class. The political class should know that this democracy that they are benefiting from was fought by our heroes past. The political class should know that this democracy, this nascent baby democracy that they have deliberately refused to nurture, will soon hurt them, because in 2027 it will not be business as usual. Nigerians should also desist. The voters should also desist from the habit of collecting money during elections. If they want Nigeria to work, it entails collective responsibility. They must show unity sincerity of purpose, they must make themselves understand that the onus and responsibility lies on each and every Nigerian to bring sanity and culpability to the socio-political system that we practice in this part of the globe. And Nigerians should also understand that this democracy is the best treasure trove that they can serve and say it will subsequently give them respite when they choose to do the right thing. They should resist the political class.
Okay.
All those politicians that come around campaigning, camping, decamping and recamping from various platforms, and at the end of the day all of these collective activities amounts to a shambolic experience that the masses do not want to be part of, should be consistently discouraged going forward in subsequent election.
Bobby, now we've had a structure in our country where the governors have very strong influence, particularly for the electoral process. Now we've seen them move in droves from their respective parties to the ruling party. We've seen senators do that. We've seen House of Representative members. I mean, many politicians are moving in droves into the APC. And you know, the power of incumbency is a major factor in Nigerian politics. And with the kind of politics that we play, where money is really so seriously involved, what is the fate of Nigerians' aspirations to perhaps give a different result in the 2027 election amidst the influence of the governors? I mean, we have almost about 31 of them now in the ruling party.
Yes.
And considering the power, the influence that they wield as far as election is concerned.
For me, this is a wake-up call for Nigerians to unite themselves. When Lee Kuan Yew wanted to cause a revolution in Singapore, he took himself to Singaporeans and they came together as a cohesive whole to say this is the focus and direction that we want to tow in our dear nation.
Yeah.
When Lawrence, this guy from Ghana, wanted to also carry out his revolution, they took a particular decision. When Kwame Nkrumah of Ghana wanted to also carry out his revolution, they took a united and unilateral decision for the benefit of the people. Currently, we have a Burkina Faso where we have the youngest president that is doing excellently well in Burkina Faso. And today, the good people of Burkina Faso can attest to the fact that this man is bringing industrialization, innovation in governance, and socio-political respite to the citizenry. This is where Nigerians need to resist their political class. Nigerians should know that the power in the people is greater than those in power. So says the likes of Abraham Lincoln, so says the likes of Jimmy Carter, so says the likes of any sane social democrat that wishes a seismic change for the benefit of the majority in any sane democratic society.
Let me pause it. I'll come to you in just a moment. We've got Iringare Osa Kindness joining us virtually. We're talking about the APC and President Tinubu's re-election bid amidst the current economic challenges. What do you make of the impacts of this government and the perception of Nigerians? I mean, arising from the national convention of the party, majority of the party executives were returned to continue with their good job, apparently to structure and sustain the party in the build up to 2027. But Nigerians have a different disposition towards this government in terms of policies, in terms of impact. What's your take, Iringai? We're having a bit of challenge with the connection. Can you hear me, Honorable Sakindness? Can you hear me? Yes, just go ahead. If you can hear me, go ahead. The line is breaking. Let's see if we can re-establish connection with you and bring you on. But let me see. We also have Comrade Emmanuel Ugbidi, President of Network of Civil Society Organization. Comrade Mark, can you share your thoughts with us on some of the issues we brought forth so far as we build up towards 2027 as it relates to the APC, the president's re-election bid, and perception of Nigerians?
Okay, thank you very much, Dr. Sonny Duke Okosun, and good morning, Nigerians. I think it is no longer news that the current situation in the country today is pathetic, and just to intimate us that even the ruling class and Mr. President have acknowledged the fact that this government is not doing very well in most aspects of the Nigeria economy vis-a-vis very basic and important sectors. Take, for example, like the aspect of power. As you will agree with me today in Nigeria, there is total and utter darkness. And darkness is synonymous with poverty. Darkness is synonymous with economic woes. Darkness is synonymous with loss. In every ramification, if any government cannot resolve the issue of power infrastructure, I don't think that government is serious in terms of economic development. Because if Nigerians have power in their disposal today, I don't think they need much from government. Artisans will do their business and take care of their families. The businessmen and women and those in hospitality business, they will have, more profits to look into at the end of the month. By so doing, also employ more hands in their business. But as it is today, businesses are being choked as a result of high costs of operations due to the purchase of diesels and fuel, which is not even available. Okay, so to a very large extent, if you look at the macro and microeconomic indices, you agree that it is not well in this government, it is not well in Nigeria as it is today. And for what any responsible government must do is to double their effort to see that the promises that they gave to Nigerians, becomes a reality. Let's look at the issue of road as an infrastructure, for example. One of the major contributing factors of insecurities in our highway is as a result of the fact that our roads, especially the federal roads, are bad. People cannot travel from one state to another because of high level of insecurity and the fact that the roads are not passable. What about the health sector? The health sector, there is high level of brain drain. We have Nigerians leaving the countries today, our doctors, our pharmacists, our nurses, because the working condition in our health sector is near zero. It is not encouraging. Why will a responsible government leave all of these issues and the only thing that is a major concern is 2027 election? We saw yesterday over 8,000 political individuals were mobilized from the nooks and crannies of the 36 states of the Federal Republic of Nigeria to converge in Abuja just to endorse, to unanimously endorse. For a country that is facing high level of insecurity, it's like a joke. Not because they even want to display some level of franchise, exercise their democratic right to vote, but just to declare that we have consensus and millions running into billions of taxpayers' money are being expended by the ruling class. So it's more or less a joke. We must tell the truth to this current government that as a matter of fact, they are not doing well. And if they need to explain to Nigeria or to convince Nigeria that They are a kind of government that should still be entrusted with power beyond 2027. I think it is high time they begin to redirect their priorities. The other day, why Nigerians...
Let me pause you there. Let me pause you. I'll come back to you in just a moment. Let me bring Honorable Ebingare Osa-Kindness, who is also joining us virtually, but from Benin City. Honorable Kindness, thank you for joining us on the program Politics Today. Convention over, executives retained their positions, some new ones came on board. The president is confident that what we've seen with the mass defection to the party is a reflection of the confidence and trust on the party. Let me get your take on the perception of Nigerians with this government and President Bola Tinubu's re-election bid.
Yeah, but thank you very much. I'd like to again salute the young man in the studio. Listening to him gives us our hope in this country that there are some young men who still believe in doing what is right and sticking to it. I must commend him, and of course, and every other person who has spoken in this conversation. But what they have done is to continually, like we have continually done over time, x-ray the problems of Nigeria, beautifully talk about it and bamboozle us with beautiful rhetorics. But we have removed ourselves from discussing the solutions to this problem that we have continually talked about. Talking about the APC, the convention, and the hope that the president has about his re-election bid, I must admit very, very unequivocally that Nigeria is in a very bad shape, irrespective of which political divide you belong. And I must add too, and the political class is not left out in this quagmire that we are dealing with as a people. But credit must be given where it is due. And I think at this time, while it is not yet uhuru for Nigeria, the president is taking some steps to see that the problems is resolved. And part of the problem that we have dealt with in Nigeria is the issue of internal democracy within political party. And that has led us to having wrong pegs in wrong holes. That has led us to not having the right person occupying political offices. And I think that is what has just happened in the APC convention. That for the first time you have a rancor-free convention where no one person, no one voice is dissenting, where everybody tend to agree on the choices that have been made across the line. And that we must give credit to the president, who is the leader of the party, for being able to manage the party. Now that is for the party. What is the president doing for Nigeria and in Nigeria to see that there is hope for this country? And another thing that he must do is to strengthen democracy, to strengthen democratic institutions. And that is what I think the president is also looking at. And more fundamentally, to resolve the issues of the impasses that has bedeviled us as a nation, we must begin to look at our laws. The laws that enables people to jump from one party to the other. We must begin to reframe and rearrange the legal framework that forbids anybody who has entered into political office from living, from cross-carpeting, from adjusting. That I think we must look at. But
okay, all right.
So, Mr. President,
yeah.
the issue of power is still a problem. The issue of security is still a problem.
All right, now, Honorable Sakane, let me just pause you for a moment. We'll take a break for the news. I'll be back with you on to what extent do you think all of these lofty things will influence Nigerians' decision for President Tinubu's re-election. Stay with us. It's still Politics Today on ITV. Thanks again for rejoining us on the program Politics Today, reaching you live on independent television and radio, looking at the prospects of APC and Tinubu's re-election for 2027 amidst the hardship and the perception of Nigeria. Of course, Honorable Ewingare Osakainens was commenting on this issue in just a moment. We'd like you to quickly anchor the point, and what I wanted to emphasize on has to do with, in all of these, what do you make of the perception of Nigeria? Some of these lofty things you talked about, Mr. President, in terms of strengthening internal democracy, with what we've seen with the National Convention that was hitch-free, rancor-free. How do you think that would translate to Nigeria's voting for Mr. President for his re-election come 2027?
Thank you very much, and once again, thank you for having me. Like I was saying, what I talked about has to do with internal democracy. That is just a part of a whole, and that does not automatically translate to victory for Mr. President, because what has happened, it's an internal affair of a political party. But that in itself, we must give credit to Mr. President. But does that stop the epileptic power supply that we have in Nigeria? The answer is no. Does that improve on the cost of living of Nigeria? The answer is no. So Mr. President must at this time sit himself down and ask himself what is the way forward. Because I still believe, irrespective of what we are dealing with as a challenge for Nigeria, I believe that Mr. President Ahmed Tinubu is still the best man in the midst of all those who we have seen today that have indicated interest. And that is why I believe that Nigerians must look at the beautiful side of this administration that has to do with generation of funds for states for infrastructural development. You see, for example, in Edo State has become a permanent construction site. It is not because you are aware that Edo State does not draw internally generated revenue from buses and other menial ways of collecting revenue. But we are developing the state, the government is developing the state. It is because the president is making funds available to the state. Therefore, while we are looking at the president and his policies and programs, we must pay attention to the state governors and the state government, what they are doing with the resources that they are drawing from the federal allocation. So I think Mr. President is doing a lot in terms of development of infrastructure, but he must deal with two major issues, which is power generation. He must deal with another issue, which is security. And of course, the cost of living must not continue to kill the living in Nigeria. I think, and I believe very strongly, that the president is on course. We have not yet had it perfectly. It is not yet a hulu, but there is hope for Nigeria.
Okay, I'll come back to you much later. Just hold the line. I'd like to welcome Honorable Ehiyariba, former chairman, Ego Local Government Council, for joining us.
Thank you for having me, Pastor T. And good afternoon, viewers. It's morning.
Okay, you just got back, so. Anyways, the perception of Nigerians is key in assessing the government of the day under President Bola Ahmed Tinubu in terms of policies, in terms of impact. And then, of course, the party just concluded its national convention with many of its leaders returned. The president talked about mass defection being a reflection of the confidence and trust for the party. But this does not, this whole policy thrust of Mr. President is not reflecting in the lives of the ordinary Nigerians. How do you see that in relation to his bid for re-election come 2027?
Okay, I'm going to approach this two-pronged. Firstly, amongst those who are aspiring to be presidents of Nigeria, many of them already know the antecedents. And if you like to illustrate, look at across the board at those. If you look at Peter Obi, he was governor of Anambra State, as President Tinubu was governor of Lagos State, and it's obvious that President Tinubu did way better than him in terms of performance. If you look at all the performance indices, if you look at Alhaji Atiku, of course, For me, it's a little bit too old now to be stretching his hand out there and putting his hat in the ring. And he's had no personal political achievement up to his near 80 years in life that to show in terms of infrastructure what he's done for his people either in Adamawa or Nigeria. He's got nothing significant to point at to say, oh, this is what I did, this is what I championed up to this age that I'm almost becoming 80 years. So I don't expect miracles from him either. Those are the only two who are angling to be for the moment. President Tinubu has shown what most Nigerian leaders have been too politically correct to show, which is leadership. Leadership means taking sometimes very painstaking decisions, and they can be painful, and sometimes if you are not careful, you stand a chance of becoming unpopular initially as a result of decisions that you have taken. What I would like to liken President Tinubu's reign in power to, and I'm coming to the second part now, where I believe he should be given a second chance by Nigeria to continue with its reforms. Firstly, the government is less than 3 years old, and there's no government that can do magic, to bring that kind of reform that will immediately impact on the lives of people. Take for instance, this is ITV. If you decide to do a renovation of this house because you want a more modern structure, it's going to entail, absorbing some pains, because the roof will have to be taken off to put a new roof. In the process, you'll probably be seeing the sky. It looks like a hopeless situation. The electrical fittings will be taken off, the windows will be taken off, because you need a new building. You cry to the management that we prefer a more modern thing. They're going to strip everything here bare to bring in the modern ones. And if you look at that structure that has been almost stripped bare before it can be refitted, sometimes it can be very discouraging to look at. But if you hang on a little bit, hope surely is on the way. Now, there's the stability of the naira, which is good for investors' confidence, and we see like Nigeria have the highest number of foreign direct investment coming in to our system in the whole of Africa. It's not been so, because the naira had a parallel market value which was giving a lot of headache to those even importers who wanted to import. It was a difficult thing for them to assess those funds. So we are good at foreign direct investment, which is good, and on the long run is going to step up the SMEs, which we need for our economic growth. And of course, we are looking at, I am particularly very happy with the students' loan. That's going to give confidence to us, because we have one of the largest youth population in the world, highest perhaps, but if you have a huge youth population that is untrained, it becomes a problem for the country. So, but with the students' loan, that gives hope that we are going to have trained personnel across board. I've been in 2 hospitals lately, both private and public. It is very gladly to my heart when I see the large number of students who are interested in the medical field. Most of them are even teenagers or early.
But they are there because they want to go abroad for training. They want to go abroad for greener pastures.
It is good. That is what Cuba is known for. Cuba
exports
doctors. So we can group them, and on the long run, they're going to funnel resources back into.
All right, let me get in, Comrade Bobby Erosa Opaiwana. Looking at this trajectory of the present government, one thing you cannot take away from President Bola Tinubu, from the fuel subsidy removal, more monies came out. And these resources have been deployed to states. Some states are doing quite well. Others are still lagging behind. Isn't this enough for us to give credit to Mr. President? Should we allocate all the blames, 100% of the blames, to Mr. President for some of the realities that we have in the country?
In fairness to Mr. President, the excess cash that has been made from subsidy removal has been adequately deployed to state governors. I give him credit for that, but it is part of his social responsibility to Nigerians, because taxpayers' money should be aggregated in such a way that they are deployed through respective democratic channels that in turn trickle down as democratic dividends to the people, most especially those at the grassroots. But then again, let's look at the primary essence of governance, because we seem to be misrepresenting the facts here from some statements that I've heard so far. The primary responsibility of Mr. President is to provide security for Nigerians. The security architecture in Nigeria till date is still questionable. The primary responsibility of Mr. President is to provide welfare. How many industries have been established since Mr. President came into power? What is the current statistics of our workforce? How many small-scale and medium enterprises have been established from the proceeds of our foreign direct investments in the 36 states of the Federal Republic of Nigeria? How many Nigerians can boast and hit their chest and say, I am benefiting from this current administration security-wise, economic-wise, social welfare-wise? What we are saying is that we have a mass defection of self-centered, selfish, and elitist individuals in form of governors going to collect their fair share, their national cake, the national cake they call it. They are now being classified in the streets as socio-political as men and women that want to benefit from the government of the day. Whereas the people in the grassroots in our local communities are dying of hunger, dying of starvation. People cannot sleep with their two eyes closed in some communities in Nigeria. And we are talking about Mr. President deploying resources. If these resources do not get to the people, what amounts to the entire process? It was also Mr. President that promised us during his electioneering campaign prior to this time that he was going to give us good, stable power supply. It is everywhere in the media. He made a statement that if he cannot give us 24 hours light, that we should not vote for him. Me, I do not know how to be economical with the truth, because Nigerians all over the world are watching this program. Nigerians in Nigeria cannot connect their current reality to some of the shambolic economic policies and programs that we have known this administration for. Coupled with the fact that they are talking about giving NEL fund to Nigerians as loan scheme. It is a welcome development. But then again, is it not supposed to be part of the dividends of democracy that the people should benefit from? The answer is yes. So for me, Mr. President needs to go back to the drawing board. Mr. President needs to rethink and rejig some of his economic policies and programs. They are talking about state governors having excess cash. How many state governors are creating employment for their people? How many state governors can attract investors to their states? How many state governors can boast and say that because of their cerebral economic policies, investors from different parts of the globe are now coming to their states? Everybody is shouting on their mandate they shall stand or fall. But Nigerians are saying that they are tired of these socio-political sycophantic elements. They are tired of these politicians and politicians that do not give the best of democratic dividends to the people. Government is all about the people.
Okay.
Dr. Sonny Duke Okosun, any sane democracy that wishes to thrive, any sane democracy that wishes to advance the cause of the masses should make equitable policies and programs that are pro the masses and not anti-democratic in total practicality and in reality.
Let me pause it there, Comrade Bobby. If we have more time, I'll come back to you. But it's still Politics Today on Independent Television and Radio. Comrade Emma Ogbidi, give me your take on the expectations from Nigerians as it relates to 2027 in 1 minute before we open our studio line.
The expectations of Nigerians are very clear, and it is the fact that Nigerians are expecting to see a government that will be different from the status quo. Nigerians are expecting to see somebody who can liberate them from the current economic quagmire and security uncertainty that is plaguing this country. Whichever way you want to look at it, there is hunger in the land. No matter the amount of money the federal government is pumping into the states today as a result of the removal of fuel subsidy, the question you want to ask is that what is the value of those monies as it is compared to 3-4 years ago. If you are giving a state, for example, now 500 million, 500 million is like almost 100 million as of 5 years ago because the naira has reduced its value. You cannot be telling us that the federal government has rolled out student loans. What is the school fees of Nigerians or in Nigerian tertiary institutions 4 years ago compared to what the school fees is now? It's like giving you something from one hand and you are taking it from the other hand. Do Nigerians need loans to go to school? When some other society, we are talking of free education. Can women and children go to our federal hospitals today? Go to our federal hospitals today, as a matter of fact, is more costlier than some private health institutions. Are you not aware? So those who are not in touch with the current economic reality on ground because they are not on ground cannot come and be trying to whip some political sentiment and be economical with the truth. Let us be very realistic. Nigerians come 2027, why do you think in spite of 32 governors and still counting, Mr. President is still not comfortable? They are teleguiding every process leading to the elections with consensus and with, whipping governors into line. Governors are decamping, their states are not decamping. Governors are joining parties.
Hello, caller. Good morning. You're live on Politics Today. Tell us your name and where you're calling from. Go ahead, caller.
Good morning, brother.
Good morning. Ultimate Great. Go ahead. Go ahead.
It's a quite unfortunate situation for us in this continent of Africa. You know, for what? It is quite unfortunate the hardship we are facing since APC coming to governance. It's quite unfortunate that Nigeria now cannot do even one eye closed, so we talk about two eyes. It's quite unfortunate. It's very sad what happened in Abuja yesterday. They convert to industry for the second term. In this situation, I don't blame them. We don't blame them. The president that told Nigeria that if you don't give us light, if you don't say sure light, we should not put for second term. What is the light? What is the light? I want to ask you, what is the light that doesn't take for second term? Huh? There's no good idea. I don't blame them. We are here and there. What is okay? Those are the generator, like you watch Orika, what I said, they're not talking again. Nobody is talking. Nigeria is thinking every day by day. He said I shouldn't come back. That's what I see. I want to.
All right, thank you, Automatic Great. Thank you for your contribution. Hello, caller. Good morning. The number is 080-7777-0300. That's our studio number. Dial it right now. Let's get your take. Hello, caller. Good morning. What's your name?
Good morning, my brother.
Good morning.
My name is Solomon Ataga, popularly known as the voice of common masses.
Solomon Ataga, please go ahead.
It is very good, my prophet Sonny Duku Koso. God bless you for this kind of program.
Thank you.
But it's a pity that people are now living with the ideology of one man, not the ideology of Nigeria. Because the president bringing the money for the governor, how is he as number one using the Nigeria's money? The luxurious life is living. Convoy here and here. Which example is he giving to the governor? Okay, what's up in paying August visit to the state? Still realizing whether this money is being used. Like we can easily say we are working in those states. But if I tell you now that a governor, very close to 2 years now, has very close to 2 trillion. The money people did not use for good 4 years. And we are clapping that we are working. So it's the civil who, my dear. So the country that cannot give me light, look at the way they were exaggerating since yesterday till now. Drawing out father here and here. When people cannot have their means, when there is no light, no good road. I spent up to 3 hours from Owerri Sapele Road to Ugara this morning. 4 hours. This has been existing since 8 years now. And we are still saying we are working. If we are working, I found out that from Ringo to Ugara can be constructed in another 2 years. But in 3 years now, it's all about jumping year to year. So that is the example to go for Mr. President. That's the question. If we let's borrow the highest lecturer in this land, Maradona from Canada, to come and speak what they don't know. But we are here watching, and the world is watching us. That's my take. God bless you.
Thank you, Solomon Ataga. Our studio number is still 080777703. Hello, caller. Good morning. What's your name? You're live on Politics Today. Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
The voice of ordinary people.
Go ahead.
I just want to comment on what somebody just said, that the governor, the president remove subsidy, and they have more money to the governor now. Now let me tell you something. Those money not supposed to go to the governor. It's supposed to be used to subsidize. It's supposed to be used to subsidize, or even though it's not petroleum, maybe agriculture, like in US, UK, China. Agriculture is being subsidized up to tomorrow, as I'm talking to you. That is why your food is very cheap. Due to the custom duty from US to Nigeria, a bag of rice will be cheaper than what is produced in Nigeria because the government is subsidizing. The same thing with UK, China, India, just name them.
Okay.
The government, the president, the president is sensitive to the plight of the common people. They would have used that money to subsidize agriculture. Everybody will benefit. Now, the governor, they are wasting the money. Most of them, they are doing things white different projects. Just like what our governor is doing today now. He's doing flyover everywhere, wasting our money. When we have large expanse of land in those states, only the money for one flyover is enough to do more than 100 roads in Benin. But he's wasting it. Like this summer park now, where we are here now. Yes, not much of a Guinness here, but I just come to a very little bridge, and it has saved us the hold up. Now, you are controlling the flyover. Let him tell us how much he's doing, use it to do the flyover. Up to today, he has not disclosed that much. So, they have wasted the money. So, and the people are not benefiting anything. Just one telephone project.
All right.
That's number one. Somebody is telling us about collecting money from people. They will spend money. People will be collecting the money. I've known some of the people collecting money during the election, but the president himself and all those politicians, APC, they are afraid. That's why they refuse to allow electronic transmission of vote to go through.
All right, thank you very much. Let me get back to our panelists before we call it a wrap. Final take. I mean, you're getting the feedback from Nigerians.
Yes, and a lot of people seems to have it misconstrued. They are talking as though we have a unitary system of government, and a lot of people erroneously also think that government is from top to bottom. Which is ironical, especially that I have a lecturer here. Government is from bottom to top. If you ask him now, his local government chairman, what was the allocation for last month, he doesn't know. And he has not bothered to find out. He's happy on the president at the top. As the allocations for the state increased, the one for the local government increased. And you have the Freedom of Information Bill, also for the lady who asked for the cost of the flyover. If you make use of the Freedom of Information Bill, you can ask for the cost of any government project, and they are duty bound to provide it for you. When you talk about electricity, there is no country in the entire world where a central government provides electricity. It's a fallacy. What they usually would do is to provide electricity for a policy formulation, which the president has done by liberalizing the space so that state and local government can generate their own electricity. Then when it comes to lecturers, let me lay it to their court. ASU, I'm sure it's a member, they only go to strike. Ask them why they don't have endowment to draw resources and fund their own universities, and they have to always hold the government by the neck.
Okay, let me pause it. Yeah, quickly, give me your final word.
Okay, for me, in response to what you have said, for me it is shambolic, because I know the allocation that is being allocated to my local government chairman. My local government chairman is. Let me talk, sir. When you were talking, I gave you the floor, so please allow me. The current local government chairman is Gabriel Iduseri from Oredo local government. Is a member of your party, and he gets up to 500 million per month, which is a good one on their part. They've been able to increase the IGRO. But what we are talking about here is, are the people feeling the impact? The answer is no. If you go to different parts of Oredo, we have over 12 wards in Oredo. We have not seen any significant constituency.
No, these are your subjective opinions. But let's
part of the issue as academics. Yes. The way our policies and programs are being skewed in this part of the world, they do it in such a way that every institution is tied to the apron string of the federal government.
So it's not the fault of the institution.
It's not the fault of the institution.
Let me pause it. We don't have.
Please, sir. Let me quickly correct an erroneous statement that he made. Government at all levels is local. in the United States, yes, government is a bottom-up approach, but your previous president said from top to bottom. Coupled with the fact that in the United States of America, they run most of their economic policies on subsidy. They subsidize education.
All right, Bobby, I will pass you your Let me get a final word from
people. Stop trying to be political.
Just calm down. Just calm down. My time is up. My time is up.
Thank you.
My time is up. My time is up.
Thank you very much.
My time is up.
Thank you.
Let me get Comrade Ogbidi to speak. Okay, we'll have Eriga. Please, just one last word, please.
Sonny, thank you very much.
Yes.
Let me say to Bobby that politics is beyond rhetoric, and what he's doing, as much as I commend him, is purely academics.
Okay.
Now let's say it as a wrap up. The primary duty of government is to protect life and properties.
Yeah.
Which I have said.
Is what the least we expect from any responsible government. But in doing this, it is institutions that are responsible for this protection that must be strengthened. The president of...
Okay, gentlemen, my time is up. Look, would have continued to have this conversation, but let me just get a feedback from my director backstage. Let's take a minute break. We'll be back with you. We may just continue this conversation. Just give me a minute. It's Politics Today on ITV. Okay, thanks again for rejoining us. We just have 30 minutes grace to continue with this conversation. So we're back to our panelists. Erika, you were saying something relating to one of the panelists' comments. Could you please just establish that in a few minutes?
Yeah, what I said is that as much as I commend him for his communication prowess, but what he's doing is purely academics. He's not speaking to the issues. Okay. Now look at it. The primary duty of government is to protect life and properties. And the president must strengthen institutions that are responsible for the protection of life and properties, which is what the president is doing. For example, for the first time, we have a president who has agreed that there must be state police, and he's strengthening that institution. We have a president who is saying that there must be restructuring. We have a president who is saying that local government must enjoy autonomy. We see that there's massive infrastructural development across the length and breadth of this country. Even yes, some states are lagging behind in that regard because of poor management of the resources that they get from federal government. So see that the president of all the persons that have indicated interest just now to rule this country, Mr. President is still the best amongst them. The only person that I would have considered would have been Obi, who painfully betrayed the trust of 6 million Nigerians who voted for him in the last elections and took that mandate to those who have been part of the problem of this country. You see that the problem of this country, it is not really about those who are in power, but institutional problems, which is what Mr. President is dealing with. I must give him credit and salute the APC government for what they are doing. Yes, it is not to rule, but I believe that Mr. President is still the best man just now, except anybody else comes up after now. Thank you very much.
All right, we'll come back to you in just a moment. Let me get Comrade Emmanuel Ogbidi to give me your words. I mean, we're talking about people who have presented themselves for 2027. The list is endless. I'm sure as we get closer, more will come. But apparently for the APC, the door is closed on anyone who has that intention. Take it off from there, Comrade Emmanuel.
Very quickly, but before I go into that, I am very surprised that some persons, even at the studio, who have had the opportunity to lead the local government are speaking like this, who have had the opportunity to lead the local government in time past. The question is that when they were in local government, were they able to employ anybody? Were they able to do major projects? The fact is that government will always tell you, no matter the allocation that comes to local government or states, government will always tell you that the money is not enough. That has always been the complaint on ground. The millions that is said to be given to state government, I have asked a question: what is the value of the millions and the billions compared to the current exchange rate as it is 3-4 years ago? So that is not in any way an excuse. The fact is that the government are not performing and they are not performing. Now, as to 2027, there are lists of persons that are vying for this position. What is very sacrosanct is that we must be able to reflect that power truly belongs to the people. In every political party, we have the good, the bad, and the ugly. What determines the kind of governance you get at every point in time is dependent on the kind of person that is at the end of affair of that leadership. If it is very clear today that the power truly resides with the people, and any government that does not perform, you show them the way out, then everybody will sit tight. The current government that is there today has not performed. Let us give opportunity to every other person, whichever name or whichever political parties that they belong. And if the power to elect and to enthrone good governance lies on the people, any government in power today will perform. Why do you think and why do you feel that in spite of 32 governors and still counting, Mr. President is not settled as to the fact whether 2027 is sure for him or not? Because the decamping of governors does not reflect the will of the persons or the populace in their state. So we want to encourage oppositions in this country to mobilize, to organize, to strategize, and come together. Because the opposition seems not to be having a clear head and a clear direction. That is why you see Nigerians are not filing and engaging very properly today. But the fact still remains that if political opposition fails, the people's opposition in this country will not fail to liberate themselves from political quagmire and economic holocaust that we are currently experiencing. Anybody who truly loves this government, who truly loves the government of Ahmed Bola Tinubu, is to tell him the truth. We still have 1 year to 2027 election. If we see power change today, 1 year is too big to change the current power situation in this country. 1 year is too big to change the issue of insecurity in this country today. Without performance, there will be no election for anybody.
All right, thank you, Comrade Emmanuel Ogbede. I'll come back to you, but before we get back to the studio with our panelists here, let's take more calls. The number is 08077770300. Dial that number and make your contributions to the conversation that we have today on the program Politics Today on Independent Television and Radio. Hello, caller. Good morning. Tell us your name and let us know where you're calling from. Good morning, caller.
Good morning.
Good morning. Please, can you be more audible? Yes, go ahead. Thank you. You directing your question to who? Okay, go ahead.
Not what other people analysis to use directly. Use our global people that you correctly appeal the current situation we are facing in Nigeria. We just understand where you are.
Okay, well, my job here is to ask questions and the panelists will respond. My job here is to galvanize public opinion, and that's what you are doing, and that's what I'm doing here. But I'd like you to make a contribution to the discussion that we're having. What is your take on the current condition of Nigerians, particularly in line with the policy thrust of the present administration? Okay, let's stay on course and drive our conversation. 08077770300. That's the studio number. Dial it and get your contributions on board the program Politics Today. Hello, caller. Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Yes, what's your name and where are you calling from? Where are you calling us from?
I'm coming from Orion precisely.
Yes, go ahead.
Yeah, I've been listening to all your program. What I'm saying that the problem we are facing in Nigeria is not Tinubu. It is God that is doing it because we don't know God. That is the problem. That's all. If we know God, things will change. Because when Mala said take up a position as a king, he was wicked. And God sent other people to invade him until he changed. That God changed everything. That's my this.
All right, thank you. A different perspective and layer of discussion entirely from our last contributor. Our studio number 08077770300. That's the studio number. Hello, caller. Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Yes, please turn down the audio level on your television or radio to remove the echo.
Okay.
Yes.
My contribution is that.
What's your name? All right, go ahead. Where are you calling us from? All right, go ahead, please.
Very close. The problem of Nigeria, and also say the official one now, like Russia is the richest country in the world. What did they get? That code for him. If Nigeria will get refinery estate, is that one bad?
Okay.
The whole country like Nigeria just rests upon one person for refinery. Meaning they don't settle. Okay. The governor at the company, they wonder one said just now, if the people are not, the state are not following them. So to repair Nigeria now, I'm not sure say it's just now because they are just looking to talk their own, take their own. They are not caring for masses. Thank you very much.
Okay, let's come back to Ehi and Honorable Bobby. Yeah, Ehi, we're getting feedbacks, which of course reflects the perception of Nigerians, and that to a large extent will influence how they will conduct themselves in 2027. Because I hear people say this election is between the APC and Nigerians, who some activists have said they've now become the opposition group in Nigeria. I don't know what you make of that.
Well, it cannot be between the APC and Nigerians because the Nigerian people are with APC, going by the last votes that we got, and we are hopeful that we'll get much more because the opposition, let me borrow from my friends frequently used word, they are shambolic in their opposition at the moment. But I haven't said that. A lot of people, like, when we speak to policies, you know, a lot of people forget very easily. I heard a lady said just now, and by nodding, my friend was concurring with what she was saying, that the excess funds from subsidy removal should have been plowed into agriculture. As though we don't have a constitutional framework for the sharing of money from the consolidated revenue accounts. Can the president become a dictator and unilaterally apply funds without standing the chance of being impeached? We already have a sharing formula. Every money that goes into the consolidated revenue account, we have a percentage of federal government, percentage for state, percentage for local government. So the president cannot own his own. Just say, oh, this money that is coming, let's use it for agriculture. Then when he talked about universities in the United States, luckily I reside there. It's not within the purview of the federal government of America to dabble into anything education. Okay. Whatever they give is a subvention which they can withdraw whenever they like. Universities mostly are run by endowments. Universities source for their own funds. They create, like you have universities like Stanford University, who their agricultural profile is so huge that they have much more money than they need. We've not had some kind of ingenuity. He talked about policy. We would have thought that ASU is going on strike to change some of these policies such that they can be self-sustaining. They are not going on strike to change the policy that will make them self-sustaining. Yesterday I was in UBTH, for instance, and I saw something strange. You go downstairs, you are trying to examine your teeth, and after a while, you're on the NHIS. A sick man is asked to go back to the building of the NHIS to go and rectify that. I'm like, why is there no synergy? Just an email should have sorted this out. So you mean if I'm 70 years old and I'm sick, you are going to ask me, or if the elements deter me, like the rain is falling, which means this procedure cannot continue because I have to go like 10 minutes walk away to go and rectify. Is that a problem of the president of Nigeria? All of us must act within our sphere. Now, when we talk about local government administration, why you can't shoot everything up at the president, right? Do you know, like in the whole of Ego local government, there is no cemetery? Is it President Tinubu that should provide that? Do you know in the whole of Ego local government, there is no, in the whole local, most local government, they have no cemetery except Oredo. We don't have our fire trucks. We have the resources. Is that the problem of the president of the country? Is that even the problem of the state governor? No. These are the areas where people should engage at the local government level.
Okay.
They should go to their markets and say, why is my market like this, Mr. Local Government Chairman? This is your allocation.
So they should be held accountable.
We also elect senators. We elect House of Assembly members. We elect House of Rep members. They are not questioning them.
Okay.
Nobody is saying, Mr. Senator,
Yeah.
I need to see a list of all your constituency projects for the past 3 years because you are coming back for election. Mr. House of Rep member, many of them don't know their names.
All right, Bobby. Yeah, you want to say something?
Let me quickly respond to what he has said. For me, what he has said is only from the perspective of a party chieftain that wishes to defend his boss and his principal. And you and I know that in this country, Dr. Soniju Kokosun, our policies and programs are weaved and woven in such a way that it continuously favors those in power. You are talking about we not having cemeteries and most of this infrastructure. We are not concentrating everything solely on Mr. President. We are only saying that he is the leader of the government in power. Those people that are going to sing on their mandate, they shall stand or fall, should also put the interest of the people at heart. You talked about you staying in the United States and most universities running their administrative affairs unilaterally. But you also alluded and attested to the fact that they get subvention from the federal government. Our institutions in this country, we are a developing nation. Let us not forget that fact. 1. 2, our institutions in this country are remember what Honorable Osa said. He said we are part of the challenges that we are suffering from is institutional failure. Most of these persons that are running our institutions are incompetent, and many of them can also be likened to that of the ruling class. You are talking about calling our senators, House of Rep members, House of Assembly members to question. We have consistently asked for constituency projects. We have consistently queried the way, there's what they call Constituency Development Fund in the 1999 Constitution as amended. Our senators do not give account. If you talk about the issue of accountability, you will further shoot yourself in the leg. Mr. President has not given us accountability. Our governors do not give us accountability. Our senators do not give us accountability. Our House of Rep members they are not accountable to the people. Is it the rubber stamp House of Assembly members in various states that continuously consolidate the power of the executive class? See, the political class in this country, especially the ruling class, they are so powerful to the extent that what they do is that they bring policies that favors them using the elitist philosophy. Then during the electioneering period, they will not start sprinkling little monies. You are talking about what you saw in UBTH. Is that not a federal government institution? If there was discipline in governance, if culpability was fixed where culpability is and ought to be at all times, would you face that kind of situation in a government-owned institution, more so a federal government institution? We are saying that everybody must take responsibility.
Okay, let me
and
take
another thing, sir, let me quickly.
No, just hold on. Let me take this call. Hello, caller. Good morning. What's your name? What's your name?
We know.
Raf from Akpakpaba. Yes, Raf, go ahead.
If you say government no good, now we salute your general manager for that to attend this time. People who are itchy to go.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right.
If you say government no good, you will read the provision of the Constitution, Section 14, subsection 2ABC. It makes it very clear. Say sovereignty say it's there for your hand. Why the 2 say security and welfare? That be part of every government. Why the C? To know the participate for politics. If you say government they do well, you go check the one we say you go do well, you go vote for them. Now, Tinubu they say you not do well. Which one you want me to go vote for now? Now that man will come from when they work out from party to party. Now the man when they jump from party to party like which I don't know which I want color. Now I go vote for. who are able to put our party in order, put our home in order. So, plus and minus, Baba still make it best. You go mama marry on your go there for the owner farm.
Okay. Thank you. 080-7777-0300 is our studio number. Dial it and let's get your contribution on the program Politics Today on Independent Television and Radio. Tell us your name and also let us know where you're calling from. Let me bring virtual panelists to. Okay, before that, I have your call. Hello, caller. Good morning. What's your name and where you calling from? Good morning.
Good morning. I'm calling from Urumi.
Yes. Go ahead. Please turn down the audio level on your radio to remove the echo or TV.
Okay, don't.
Go ahead.
Well, we talk of politics. We don't know politics. Our problem is, what is the duty of the government for its citizens? Number one, no light. Number two, no road. Number three, no head. Everything is gone. We are not people shouting politics, this and that. It's all wrong. Everything is wrong. And it's from behind. They will tell them and spend billions. But the poor people are suffering. I'm almost at the something here. Nothing. You are not telling me that there is the people part of the common people? No. The government is bad, it's bad.
All right. Thank you, caller. Thank you for your views. I mean, government has clear-cut mandate in terms of its duties and responsibilities to the people. That's why we're bringing platforms like this so we can sensitize, educate, conscientize our people so they can take action. That's the duty of the media, and that's not what we're doing here. Hello, caller. Good morning. What's your name and where are you calling from? Yes, go ahead.
The truth is that Nigeria, we are suffering. I'm on my knees. I'm begging all the political parties that are in opposition. I'm on my knees. I'm begging you all in the name of God to come together and then form one forum. Join the new party of ADC so that we can all vote for you and count all your vote together and to become one so that we can remove this present government.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Emilia, you heard our last caller. I don't know if you want to react to that. Can you hear me? You heard our last caller.
Everybody that is in that ADC has either been PDP or in PDP.
Or APC before, or Labour Party. Okay.
No, I understand the emotions, and indeed is overwhelming. You know, we are dealing with a set of politicians who believe that politics is a game of power and without principles. And that is what we are dealing with today. But we must say very clearly that the problem we have in this country is beyond the political party or those who are in that political party. It is an institutional problem, like I said earlier. It is a cultural issue that has almost become a traditional problem where people tend to exalt self over and above national interest. And more so, we are not looking at the mode of elections because we have weak institutions. We have problem with our electioneering arrangements. That whether it is election or selection, the mode of selection is, for example, we are having a local government election just now. My brother is there, Honorable Gariwa, very cerebral sound, but nobody's looking at capacity, nobody's looking at ability. But we are looking at those who favor us in choosing those who will represent us in government. You know, so you see the problem. We first of all look at who is this person, where is he from?
Okay.
Before we are looking at how much abilities and capacity he can bring to fore in bringing development to the people. What is even worse today is that the civil society organization who are supposed to be the work done of the society, the media who are supposed to expose the flaws and frailties of government are not taking advantages. Rather, you see them swaying and tilting support towards government in power.
Okay.
Why?
because everybody wants fair for themselves before what is due for the national. So
all right, thank you, Honorable Ewing. Our time is up, but I've got this last call to take. Hello, caller. Good morning. You're our last caller today on the show. Go ahead. Good morning. One word.
Thank you very much for picking my call.
Thank you.
I'm Oko speaking from Benin.
Go ahead, please.
The only thing that will make APC to return to power is sharing of money. That's just the thing. With the hardship we have, I remember, look at the APC man saying that 3 years, somebody cannot finish a job for 3 years. Have they been in power for 3 years? Is it 3 years that APC have been in power? Have they not been in power for the past since 2015? What have they done? What have they done for them? Just mention one thing they have done for us now that we can say the indices are there. People are suffering.
Okay.
People are lamenting.
Okay.
There's nothing to say. It's just that the only thing that where they are arrogant is that because of the money they are going to share. That is just the thing. Without that, they will be defeated. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you very much, our callers, our viewers, and our listeners from across the world. Thank you for your time with us on the program Politics Today on Independent Television and Radio. We also appreciate management for this opportunity to drive this conversation further based on popular demand. To Comrade Emmanuel Ugbidi, President of Network of Civil Society Organization, thank you for joining this conversation. We truly appreciate you. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
All right, and of course, Honorable Ewing Are kindness, you spoke earlier. Thank you so much for your time with us as well. And my panelists here in the studio, Comrade Bobby Ewosa Obayiwana, thank you so much for coming.
Thank you very
and
much.
And Honorable Ehigarba, thank you for coming. So I'm looking forward to just having both of you here in the studio one of these days so we can drive further this conversation. It's going to be an explosive session.
It will be a pleasure. God bless Nigeria.
Anyway, that's our package for today on the program Politics Today on Independent Television and Radio. Now, to be very direct, things are not the way they're supposed to be in the country, but we can make a change by the decisions that we take either as a government or as a people. 2027 is around the corner. You have a responsibility to make your own contribution by making yourself available to vote. It's not enough to be on the sidelines when things are not going the way it's supposed to be, when you were not part of the process. That's one thing most Nigerians fail to understand. An electoral process, you won't participate, and when the government comes in and is not doing what you expect, you start complaining. You don't have a moral right to complain when you didn't participate ab initio in the process. That's my take out on the show today. Have a great weekend. Bye for now.
ITV, certainly the best.
ITV, certainly the best.
Igwe Festival is the colorful and crowd-pulling festival in Benin Kingdom. The Igwe Festival is an annual event that is celebrated by all Benin, both at home and abroad, to mark the end of the Benin year and to usher in a new year with a renewed hope for peace and prosperity. The annual Ugie Festival is centered on the Oba of Benin as the Oba takes the center stage.
ITV, certainly the best.
Waiting they happen.
Money no dey come from heaven. Do better thing, money go come. Now true word that they tell you so. Oh yeah, oh. Money no dey come from heaven. Do better thing, money go come. Now true word that they tell you so. Oh yeah, oh. Citizens of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, anywhere we did, they watch us for ITV, they watch us online for Facebook, for YouTube, for TikTok, for TikTok. They watch us online. However, I dey for Esa land now. You know, say people go they talk say and so food they there for the city, but where I dey so I dey for a Bele market. And you know, say all the farmers where they Amaha, where they Bele, where they Agbodi, where they all this area, all these things where they see so now direct from the farm. All this kasa, all this plantain and yam and different things we go see for this Bele market. Now direct from the farmers. Now they are now from here. It go enter Abuja, it go enter Lagos, it go enter Benin, it go enter Warri, it go enter Port Harcourt, it go enter different places. But how the price be now? Plantain don't there, be don't ship. But here, now here you go really know the price. I really take day because now direct from the farms. But money no dey come from heaven. Do better thing, money go come. Now true word I dey tell you so. Yeah, we don't dey go. I agree to Oga. Well done, no. Hey, whoa. Direct from the farm, direct from the farm, leaf from the farm, cocoyam from the farm, pear from the farm, direct from the farm. Yamo, so I make sense, so sherry, direct from the farm. I dey for a Bele market, for Igwe local government area. Hey, we see Yamo. Okay. All this yam now direct from the farm. All this yam now, from here they go enter different place for Nigeria. But I need to price them. Who they are? Now what them are? I buy yam. I like this one. Mommy, who they are? Who they are there now you? You don't sell them? Like how much for this one before, like for one buyer? 40,000. Say everything here, 40,000 naira, but they don't buy them. Me they find the one where I go buy now.
You're right.
Mother, how you dey? You mean say yam they really the cheap for you?
They dear. You know, this is the time of planting. They dear. As you can see now, she refused 25 cents at 35 last.
For this one?
20.
But this one are direct from the farm. Like they come here now.
They are using money to work the farm.
Okay.
Then they buy fertilizer, job, and I cost them.
Okay.
So they do.
Okay. Thank you. Wow. Why you dey put mark for the yam? You don't buy am. You don't buy am. If I want buy this type, no. You know say you want carry and go Lagos or Abuja, be na inside city.
Na Benin.
Benin. Okay, the price go come change, but what you come make this yam come here for Benin?
Because of transport.
Transport.
Fuel dey cost.
We are supposed to have how you just make a fair check.
They will wait for you for there.
I want buy yam.
Which one you want buy? What yam abi?
Which one go suit? I dey like pardon yam and yam. Where I take the chop oil with pepper. I dey for belly market. I come. They say things they cheap for market here.
Even cheap for my house here.
This one, This one more price and price.
No, 50,000. Na 22 bars.
I said, show me better yam make I chop. You say na 50,000 and I go pay for this yam.
No better yam. Now you see this kind one for Benin.
Everything here 50,000.
Yes.
My present.
Your present.
25,000.
I not sell.
Now you the seller.
Yes, now.
Too much.
Now my for carry account now because we not get market. We not get market, so we can transport our goods from Amaho come this market.
What if you na challenge when I really face for that Amaho community?
No road, no market. We suppose there our market now, but we dey Bele market. At times Bele will pursue us. More they go. What do you want to do?
But they say when I get a farm where food stuff.
No, you see all this yam, so now Amaho get all of them. Ask people when they here. Amaho. Nothing. The women will carry your here now Amaho.
So now challenge now.
No road, no market.
No road.
No market.
No market.
Buyers no they come.
For where?
Yeah, Amaho. Go see yam when carry come.
Where I am?
Because of the road is bad, people are not buying things cost. Okay, make it film me.
No, sit down.
Make it the film will come from. Now we bring go. Now Amaho we for come. Amaho no road, no market, no school. School where there no teacher.
For Amaho
no teacher.
I want go there now.
Go, I enter back come still meet you. We don't get teacher for Amaho. For secondary school, all the road when they are Amaho Brigham. No road.
All this
Amaho Brigham.
That means say when the food stuff they really get there.
Yam, everything what you need, you dey planted. If na 100 does you, how many does if na trailer? You dey Amaho.
So if government do that to na Amaho road now,
if do it for us
they
now, they tire for us. We will get market.
Okay, market will come there.
Market will come. The teacher will come enter.
Food today there but we
food
don't get
market not
for
road. Not be there with
teacher not there. They say they not dey stay road not there. Now so, men help us beg governor.
Senator Monday Paul. May they come tell that to Amaho.
May they come help us. Now beg.
So you say road,
school, teacher, market, market.
On a market, people know they come.
I know. Road not there.
For what buy that yam now?
If you want buy like how much?
How much you sell for?
That one now. That the price now 15,000. Easy like that. Try not catch her. Try not catch her.
No be for farm here. You go carry her from backyard.
That's easy. Now backyard. Now so you will talk on a backyard.
For backyard, yeah.
Now how's you? Now here they make her before I can come out. Not be one day job, oh. Not be one day job.
Okay.
It's time for brushing.
I'll give 10,000.
You not carry her.
How much I pay?
Now that 15 manager.
15? Like how many did they?
Now 20 pieces.
Now what I am? Go good to take chop. Oh
yeah. Where?
That's why I said buy one that day. If I cook them, they get the way take it.
This one not be like this.
Amaho yam.
This one Amaho yam.
Amaho yam.
Amaho yam.
Oh yeah lah. You dey receive a lot of in cash.
I dey receive a lot.
Transfer.
Anyone.
Okay. So now that yam one buy now. Go cut a selector for me now. Selector. Then 15,000 naira. Help me. But for some you put like somewhere after they do padenia.
No, this one. I'm gonna show you that one. I'm gonna show you that one. If you grab me, my room,
see this one, mommy. Sorry, my work. No, see this one now. See this one.
Get her first.
Me for you. Mommy put better and use another one to miss her for me now.
What's on? Not to do that, yam.
Not to do one. So put enough. He puts like 5 for me for padeniam.
No, you should not bring that.
Okay, come. We borrow. So you say for this Amaho, we will be get food stuff, things, food there.
Food there, where?
Now the road to take carry come out.
No motor, no market. What's the other yam? Hey, madam. That this one, Jonah.
Eh?
This one, 20,000.
Which kind of yam you want to go show me again?
For Padadian.
Like how much that one?
The 22 bars, if you reach like 50,000, but if you you will like her. What's on you? You like her.
For how much? Like how much you talk just now?
You will reach like 50,000.
No, I know fit.
Okay, that one too big.
Yeti. Hey! Look down.
This one, Jonah.
You want to sell at 13?
30,000. No, the mama seller. 19,000.
15.
I don't say 18.
Not be the same yam be this. I mean, not be the same yam.
The same yam.
So, anywhere you're there for the world, they watch us. They watch us online for Facebook, for YouTube, for TikTok. They watch us for ITV. Why I come this Ebele market, you know, say if you go this Amaho, everybody, all these farmers out there, all this area. Now here they carry direct from their farm, come here, come say. However, people they come from different parts of the country to come buy here. People they sell for Benin, for Lagos, for Abuja, for different places. They come this Ebele market. But you see, sir, they talk to some of the farmers, and they say like that Amaho now. One of the challenges they get is say their road. No good access road, make a state government make they can't tie their road, and if they tie their road, their markets go they function woto. Hope say this year me go sweet oh.
Well, we'll sweet. It was sweet, well.
15. So me you add this one, Jonah.
This one.
Waiting they happen.
See what they happen now. This country we not loan right, we not loan left again. See market now, if you see all the women big, now they just finish because of hunger. Where will they go for this country? Now front will they go on our back will they go?
I suppose the way you talk.
2017. Now we dey 26. They were don't lost. Now country will dey like that. See my hand, what? Because of hunger, where can they come out? Where will they go for this country? Go see hospital, people don't die finish. Hunger. No sickness.
Seafood everywhere.
Seafood.
Nobody
agree buyer. See, I did there. Nobody. No motor to carry. No motor. All the other are there. See where we are going now.
Nigeria want cash fire.
Fuel. I want that sharing. Who do you want that sharing? Sharing, very cheap. Give me 500 naira.
500 though.
Baka. However, as I come this village market for Benin, the people they complain, especially Gary farmers, they complain. They say Gary too cheap.
It's very expensive.
Give me take it. All those people wey first show me where now. Your bill. Thank you.
Passenger no dey come market again. Buyers no dey come market again because of way too costly. No good road from here to Agbo. They go to Onitsha go enter Agbo. That one good. Let them from Onitsha to enter Agbo. E no good. Road is not good again. Very cheap. Very cheap. And we don't see customers for market. Buyers no come market again. Buyers.
My tester.
Tester. Buyers no come market again. We don't see money dey pay for them. That carry way for so long. Meat and fish. They are expecting.
Thank you. Money no dey come from heaven. Do better thing, money go come. Na true word I dey tell you so. I don dey go. I wan enter Amaho. I wan enter Amaho. I wan enter there now. Yam and everything. I enter the market, people they complain. That the women they vex carry too cheap.
It too cheap, really. No be saying a joke. If we go business come for Lagos, come farm here now. We don't regret the art.
No be nothing.
Okay, no. Let me analyze it for you. You will buy Gary. Listen to me. You get your own cassava farm. Now money you take clearer. Now money you take weeder. Now money you take planter. When they call it the time to the harvest. You will harvest with money. Now money will take care come. And they will collect 1,000 naira per bag. 3 bag now the full basic. That 3 bag now 3,000 already. When they take pleasant, 3,000 already. Now all your way will be will feel catch and will be will full that basic. Now 2,000 will be down on 5,000. Now they go say carry 5,000. Where the labor? Where the money when they take carry the load? When they take carry the money? So all those things here, my brother, you know easy for the women. You know easy for the women. You know, see, there is no way you go to Edgy, beg they say make the collection, they don't collect more than again. Because of what? Diesel. The diesel is cost. Everything is cost. When you accumulate the money, the expense, the labor and everything, when you never pay the food, it's already 10,000 naira. And the cost at the rate of 7,000. What is the profit? Somebody came to this market, last market. He gave 4 acres of Gary. He booked on the same company, nobody can give price. The man go out like that. He said no see woman will buy her. They if they will buy her, make the man allow them do the Gary process it first, make them know how much they give her. The man cry go house.
Like that bag of Gary, like how much you say they sell?
I say na 7,000.
Wait.
Go check it.
Hey! Okay, no wonder the women the vessel. This Gary now, I say na 7,000.
This Gary na 7,000. Now we take sell am. 7,000. And this Gary now 2 days. Now I take worker for farm. Ground now e dey hard. Wow, take wife your put am. I come buy oil. Take to inside. Oil why take do am? Na 2,000. Why the engine? The engine 4,000. How much come be my for inside? More na I beg. Make I tell us. Make the bill sort come up. Make we feed the chop.
So this Gary na 6,000 naira, 7,000.
7,000. We dey beg them. We dey beg them for 7,000. Make they buy am for us.
So what did they pay you now? Be say your labor and the things what you used to take for this Gary.
He waste. Make we not put that for us. Maybe say we dey chop am. Make we our children chop and have better part. If you say we wan go buy fish, one fish now 8,000. So if you dey say you wan buy maybe manage.
Okay, let's start from the farm. You call carry and call house. Then you call
peel am. I call grind am. Then I call carry and go house, go fry am. All that one not be my money. The engine for inside now 3,000. Why I take grind am? I go buy oil 2,000. So not be inside 5,000. How much go remain for the 2,000? Now I want to go buy fish.
Now you see get
and I see that me buy am. Na buy for farm I buy for farm. And I take machine take care come back for farm.
So, like how much you supposed to say this bag of Gary when you supposed to get gain? Okay, wait. Okay, make she talk.
this garri now I suppose to sell am either 30 or 25. Now maybe say I still get my own for inside because money wey I take am come for farm now 2005 that they take machine take am come. Did everything don waste. So wetin I take chop. I know they carry out the come market say we say what we money say buy Maggi, pepper, let make am. I no get any gain for inside. So I beg, we dey beg una.
Make the garri price make it go up.
Make we pour my mouth dey
from 7,000 to 30,000 naira.
Yes, so it too much. Today no 30, 20, 25. Wetin good? Yeah, man, make it go. Job man, I no fit carry.
Where I see buy now, may buy.
What buy? Yo, e dey from yam.
If you carry yam come market now, 20 na rope. If you carry am come market, we go sell at 10,000 for yam and to carry job for farm. No be small money. Carry job to clear. Yeah, if they clear finish, they'll still carry job take dig am. No be small money that they pay.
Money no dey come from heaven. Do better thing, money go come. Na true word that they tell you so. Oh yeah. Oh.
What happen? I will say.
Clear now. I say make I see. Come inside this belly. Come look whether I go see chip and yam and plantain.
It does small. Farm now the guy be. They don't frustrate farmer. We know it does cheap over cheap. Why
they talk say they don't frustrate farmers?
Mona talk to government o.
What happen?
The things what they buy, it too dear, and what would they sell too low. See for now on the high side.
No, wait. What now they buy for the farm to take to the farm?
If it high where?
And the money when I take they sell them
over low. See my where.
I bet where did they sell garri for this market, garri? Dada. Hey whoa. Money no dey come from heaven. Do better thing, money go come. Na true word I dey tell you so. I bet where they say garri. Time na money, yeah. Time na money. Do better thing.
Jesus called you. He said, "Come and be saved." He said, "I love you and die for you." He said, "Repent, for the kingdom of God is at hand." I said, Jesus, He will heal your life. He will deliver you. He will save your soul. He will change your story. He will add something to your life when you surrender to Him.
Unchangeable, reliable God. Only God can do.
Oh, yes.
What no man can do. I don't they go. Hey, whoa. If I want to buy this bag now, like how much?
Go give me 100,000 carry.
For ordinary corn with my backyard.
Is there your company? They find out for you. They video me. Oh yeah, they video me.
Ordinary corn. When I go just throw one seed for my polo, I go grow. Throw another one for the tree, go grow. Throw one for backyard, go grow. Now I go buy this bag 100,000 naira.
Yes, sir. You know see what if they happen? Now we get fuel, now we they suffer.
I just come from village for Amawa. I don't know fuel they don't increase fuel.
No matter for come. Oh yeah, they continue. That bush now for come, that forest. Hey, now what for you? As if finally. That forest, Natalie, they talk about it.
Wait. So no, you they try to talk say me as I'm our boy because they never tie our road. Now you they look us like that.
No, I'm not looking like that, oh my dear.
How much last?
How much last? Come on, they cost now. Not be waiting Nigeria cost.
Like you tell.
See Gary, now how much they say Gary? Where they suffer, they all suffer. Uproot them, beat them, go engine. 2 days now they tell they do Gary. Nothing.
Now breaking news now. You know say as I come finish market now you go know the cocoa now. The people when they carry Gary farm and when they sell Gary, they vex. They say they don't get joy. Say you no go fit. Say Gary no dey fit do competition with rice, with beans,
with everything.
But Nigerians they happy say Gary don't ship now. Nigerians they happy say Gary don't ship. Mama, you know they happy say carry sheep?
No. I know they happy. No.
What woman they use not be gari?
Not gari.
Only gari with the seed for this side.
Money no they come from heaven.
If you want pictures, you don't know how much we went to the buy only wood. What are
you a farmer? Are you a farmer? Are you a farmer?
Yes, sir.
What it cost you for this matter? Are you a farmer?
Four now, 1,400. Now.
We don't get. You know this is how the family they work.
I tell they work. They say this one will work. This one it work. It don't work now. They just put this move for inside this thing. They just do it. They say it work. 2 days no working. That's what they do. Let me show you. That's what they do.
Fight for me. They not grind again. Too much. They not grind.
This thing we want to so not talk again.
I go tell
you. Make women they strike.
Men they strike. It's too much. Person go suffer finish, you no go see what he say why buy fish na fish dey cost. One fish 7,000, 8,000. Now you go grand garamel dey buy. Abeg my God dey go.
Money no dey come from heaven. To better thing money go come. Now true word I dey tell you so. Oh yeah. I dey go. See plantain. Hey whoa, mama. Everything now. You don't shut out the old cheap plantain. Don't shut out.
1 kilo so. Who go help us? Make you help us so. Average Nigerians. Hungry day.
May Baba God locate your helper.
Amen. No, may bless my helper. May my helper for bless me too. Hey, now so.
Beautiful woman. How are you?
Sir. I'm fine, sir. Good morning, sir.
Hey, whoa! I there for a belly market. Yam, plantain, all of them there. It's cheap where? Huh?
Plantain for a belly market, we not see buyer. As we stand like this.
Talk to me.
We don't stand there though. We not see buyer.
I there for a belly market for you go by local government. Plantain, yam, all the farmers this time. Direct from the farm.
Buyer. See ya. No buyer. Oh, as big as this one, they price me 500. Now I tell you, I say drop and make you they go. Because now 22 me buying transport and come here 2,000. He come now the price 12,000. Not be 500 naira, be 1,000 each bunch. Now tell them say come on here. Stress they we don't they suffer.
And this one they talk.
You can't price 2 of this one.
I be teacher say make I give you 500 naira for this one.
Okay, no. I say I buy on 22. I carry a call 2,000. I be 24. Based on say money not there, transportation too high. The woman come the price at 12,000. Now pursue one.
How much for this one if I want buy one?
If you want buy one, as it take come, I dey sell one 2,500, but she come the price at 1,000.
For Benin City, they said this thing 1,800 naira now.
For Benin City, now that time when they surplus, now na scarce time. If you view very well, you'll see destroy. This one now breeze and sun destroy this one. Farmers they stress, they suffer. So now it they cost for here now dozen with the sell 60. Before dozen at 25, 30.
So everything now, how much you want to say this one now?
Now 25 I say make she
25K.
Yes.
I see people when they do Gary, they vex, they follow me the 5 say Gary too cheap.
Gary too cheap. They want for straight farmers. Not be lie. They want for straight farmers. So fuel when they increase now, it be suffer head weight day.
I'm surprised when you talk say they want for straight Gary farmers.
They want for straight us.
They want for straight us. Fuel money. They want kill people. They want kill them. Fuel money.
What be this one?
Na melo.
No, not be say melo be o.
Hausa melo.
Hausa melo. Who don't they go?
Waiting they happen. Waiting they happen.
RTV, certainly the best.
TV, certainly the best.
ITV, certainly the best.
Welcome to yet a fresh episode on the program Law and You, as we spotlight very important issue that we see every day in our everyday transactions. Now, do you know that owing money in Nigeria can cost you more than just the interest? It can cost you your peace of mind. It can also cost you your dignity. It can cost you even sometimes your life. A situation where you get midnight calls after getting your daytime calls from those that you took the money from. To a point even where you are being harassed or sometimes even brutalized, and also to a point where you are facing a demand notice or a court order, and then law enforcement and all the rest. How then can we draw the line legally, or what the laws of the land apply to where we can draw the line between what is a legal means of recovering debt and what is also an illegal means of recovering debt? My name is Philip Omo-Gyukpong. This is the courtroom where we'll look at these issues and find a way to resolve them. And discussing this with me, I have a legal practitioner with me, and his name is Emmanuel Obakpalo. Big thanks for joining me in this new year.
Good day, Philip. Good day, Nigerians.
All right, so let's look at the background on what debt is before we go into total about where we can draw the line between what can be called illegal debt recovery and illegal means of recovery.
Debt recovery is a pure civil matter.
Oh. It's not criminal?
Civil, yes. And there are legal frameworks.
You mean owing debt is a civil case?
Civil. Pure civil.
If the debtor defaults?
Civil. But there are legal frameworks on debt recovery. And what are these? They are 14 in number. But time may not permit us to begin to go through them all.
Absolutely.
So we may choose some of them. 1, the Companies and Allied Matters Act. 2, the Central Bank Act. 3, the High Court Civil Procedure Rules of various states. 4, the Federal High Court Civil Procedure Rules of the Federation. 5, we have the Nigeria Deposit Insurance Company. These are some of this debt recovery we have. We also have the Alternative Dispute Resolution Act. Now, when you look at debt recovery, like I did say, is a pure civil matter, and it has procedure and processes to be followed. Now, if A gets money from B, or loans money from B, or borrowed money from B, you are to pay back that money based on the conditions upon which the loan was given. So it becomes a contract between the parties. And the party that is now the loanee, the party that is now the debtor, is duty bound to obey the conditions upon which the contract was entered.
Even if the conditions does not meet the requirement by law?
The conditions must be, it is only the court that has the power to interpret whether or not the conditions meet the requirement or does not meet the requirement. Where they don't meet the requirement, the court will find at it.
Okay.
Because, you see,
even if the court finds at it, but the loanee has signed to that. So there's a contractual agreement.
Yes. Somebody can be that so desperate and assign and go to sign anything that will even be to his detriment.
So can the court admit that, being that the person signed to that agreement, even though it doesn't, or it negates, or it breaches the constitutional provision? The court may, where it breaches or it violates the law. Okay. The court will not accept the conditions. We ignore the signature.
Yes.
That, or
the court will not accept it in total. Okay. The court will want to look at the fairness of the condition. Okay. And what it should be, what the law says.
To administer justice.
Yes, with respect to it, because the court only gives justice. And the court looks at, and justice can be two-way traffic. So the court considers that. So, and as such, in such a situation, even the debtor can get the approval of the courts for protection. Okay. The law protects also the debtor. So that is what we look at. Okay. And that is what the court considers when there is a matter of such nature before
this, what you just said is indicative of a contract, but let's look at, as in a written contract, I mean, but let's look at a situation where there's just a verbal agreement, like friendly loans, for instance. I don't want to use the word, but let me use the word, informal loaner or lender giving to a friend, like me giving to a friend and saying, well, 2 months back, I needed money, okay? But by the time my friend now defaults, just a verbal gentleman agreement, you know. By the time he now defaults, do I have the local standard to litigate?
Yes. You know, contracts, there are two types of contracts. There is the implied contract, which is a verbal contract. It simply means that the contract is not spelled out in black and white. The contract is not written. It takes the form or pattern or nature of a gentleman's agreement. Such contract, the law also allows it, recognizes it rather, and allows the contract to be between parties. Just as because the law recognizes it, and the law also considers situations of such. There is also the express contract. This one now is a contract entered by the parties where they spell out the contract, the conditions, written, the terms, everything that the parties must do with respect to that contract. And you see, express contract is always easier for the parties who entered it.
Because to cover it.
Yes,
it's always easier.
Yes, because of the contract is spelled out.
Documented.
That every person, every Tom, Dick and Harry can read and understand that this is a contract entered by the parties. However, where in an implied contract or what is known as gentleman agreement, there are also conditions the court will look at, particularly where that loan that was given or the borrowings that was administered frowns are contrary to conditions of debt of loans. I get me, of loans. For instance, the interest. If the interest is overburdensome, if the interest contradicts the percentage as provided for by law, the law will also look at such contract that the parties ought to be fair to themselves with respect to that contract. So what the court
So the
does,
ground norm takes effect.
yeah. So
in
what the
such a
court
situation.
yeah. So what the court does is that the court looks at the fairness of the condition between the parties or amongst the parties, as the case may be. So in debt recovery, there are legal process to recover your debt. However, in course of carrying out the debt recovery, if a party, either of the party, choose to assault or batter another, it now has a criminal flavor.
Okay. Before we go there, let's exhaust and explore this aspect you just said, most especially, for instance, for how you call it, a gentleman agreement, verbal agreement. And this does not involve, the lender having the license to do that. How does the court address this?
Where the lender is not a certified lender, it becomes an issue.
For debt recovery, you mean?
Yes,
or
for
to
debt.
litigate? Both.
When you want to recover debt, you follow the processes. If you choose to toe the line of alternative dispute resolution, where a mediator is appointed, even for there to be a mediator, it is the parties that must apply to court. The parties must apply. So the court appoints, or the court appoints to them a mediator for them. But in most contracts today, the parties in their agreement where the loan now is an express one, that means documented, the parties themselves always put in that contract a clause suggesting the process of how to recover the debt. They put a process. They may say, okay, where the loanee violates this, our first step will be that we will both appoint a mediator who is to sit to determine the matter between the two of us. And where that doesn't work, we cannot choose to go to court. Where that happens, sir, the parties, where there is a violation of the terms and conditions of that contract, either of the party cannot just run to court to seek redress. If you go where the conditions of the contract is now brought to court, and the court sees that there is a clause that says that first the parties must go to a mediator, seek an alternative dispute resolution to ensure that this matter is determined, the court will now ask the parties to go and do so. Until that fails, that is when they cannot come to court. And in most modern contracts today, that is the pattern they follow in recovery of debt. They ensure that the process upon which the debt will be recovered is followed, is infused in that contract. So that's why it is safer and better to have an express contract with respect to loan or borrowings.
All right, thank you.
The parties will be more secured than the oral one where there may be a processes or method of denial.
All right. Thank you very much, Emmanuel. Well, this is Law and You, in case you're just coming across it. And my name is Philip Omo-Gyukma. I'll be speaking with Emmanuel Obakwalo, a legal luminary. And we're going to be taking a short break, after which we'll delve deeper into the topic, most especially the aspect of harassment and seizure of property. Where does the law draw the line? To stay. Welcome back. The show is Law and You. I still have my guest with me now. Can a loaner or a lender, seize the loanee's property without due process?
No. It becomes an offense. It becomes a crime.
It becomes a crime?
Yes.
Or a civil wrong?
The civil wrong will not metamorphose to a crime because you cannot seize the property of a debtor or a loanee without a court order.
Okay, a court order must be there.
You cannot. You don't have that power.
Okay, but let's paint a scenario where the lender is not really registered by law.
Whether or not it's not a certified lender or a legal lender, a legal lender cannot seize.
Talk less.
More of a lender that is not certified. You cannot seize someone's property. That's why some of these persons who call themselves private lenders, who are registered, you see them, one of the conditions they give most times when there is need to borrow money from them, they will give a condition of bring a landed property.
Yeah, like collateral security.
Yes.
My mind was going there.
Bring a landed property. And most times their interest, they will want to go and know the land, see where the land is, and they begin to pick interest. So by the time the lender is defaulting, the loanee or the borrower is defaulting, you see them begin to show interest with respect to that land. At times they will just go sell they pretend to sell the property to somebody, then that person will overturn or sell the property to them again. So, and when they want to present before the court, if the matter now goes to court, they'll say that they sold. The court will say, no, you don't have that power. You don't have that power. Where there is a default of the contract entered by the parties, the best method or best step to take is to seek redress. Go before the court and say, XYZ had violated the agreement, the contract entered between us or between the parties. And as such, I want to recover my money. The court will come up with a proper judgment.
Okay.
Someone that will even give both parties peace.
Okay, take for instance, in the gentleman's agreement, there was an agreement that if you are not able to pay me in 2-3 months, I pick your car. Is that admissible in court?
It isn't.
Even if the loanee signed to it?
It isn't. He should pay back your money. And even if there's any need for the car to be sold, he should by himself sell his car and give you your money. It's safer. And it's legal. But where there's a seizure of the car by the lender,
that becomes an illegal means of debt recovery.
Illegal means of debt recovery. And it suggests crisis between the parties. But mind you, at the point of entering into that contract, the parties enter into the contract with peace, smiles, joy, and happiness. But now that you want to recover the debt, there's now crisis.
Because money is involved.
Not only that, especially where you follow illegal means.
Okay.
To recover that debt. There will be crisis between the parties. Where you follow legal means, for instance, you go to court for redress, the other party will even be more afraid.
Okay.
And may want to seek an alternative dispute ADR means of resolving the matter. May say, okay, may tell the court, my lord, can we settle out of court? Maybe at the close of the day, the court may pass such as consent judgment between the parties. But where you toe the line of illegality to recover that debt, it becomes an issue.
Okay, let's look at how a loaner, or rather a lender, can get his debt back in terms of what is being owed, can recover his debt, most especially if he is not having the required license, and there are charges or interest that was inbuilt, because we had this conversation off camera. So I want you to bring back on record as in if such a lender or a gentleman who gave that money out, if he has the legal backing to impute interest when he has no license as a lender.
It's commonsensical. He doesn't have right to request for any form of interest. He doesn't have that right.
On the basis that he's not licensed?
Yes, he doesn't have that right. Because that purported or supposed contract entered by the parties is even an illegal contract. And an illegal contract cannot become legal by seeking redress in the court.
But the court can give it a soft landing, mostly to the creditor, because it was just an act of kindness.
Act of kindness.
Say, for instance, I'm lending money to a friend. It was an act of kindness. And
act of kindness.
You can't tell me I can't get the money back, even though I built interest on it.
No, you can't get that interest.
I can't get the money with the interest.
Yes.
What makes you say so?
Because you are not a certified lender.
Okay, so what would the court do, or what do we have as the law?
So it still depends on.
I only get my money back without the
yes, and it depends on the process you also follow.
Considering the fact that this money has spent months, I would have rather given my money into the business and then it yields profit.
It is not.
Isn't the law going to also find a way to resolve that? Because it involves money that I would have kept into the business and it would have yielded profit.
It is not the duty of the court to know how long the debt has been and the time you choose to recover the debt. It is not the duty of the court. That contract from the outset is an illegal contract. So you cannot now give it the flavor of legality to ensure, because
it passed through the bank, for instance, and it was written loan.
Loan. Mind you, you just told me that it's a gentleman agreement between two friends, and the lender is not a certified lender. So it's the toga on that contract is that it is a mere gentleman agreement between the parties. So he can seek redress to recover the debt, but the interest, he is not qualified to do that. He is not. You can just say, I need my money, stricto sensu. And mind you, there is going to be a counter also from the borrower.
Okay.
To say, no, it was this, it was not this.
Okay, so let's look at the safest way, because it's one thing for you to request for money as a loan. It's another for you to keep integrity and get this money paid. Now, what's the safest way? Because we are advising the public, for instance. What's the safest way to get money as loans? Is it from just the bank?
The bank.
Microfinance bank also?
Yes.
Certified?
Certified. Go to the bank. Make an application. We have too many banks. We have the Bank of Industry. We have the Bank of Agriculture. It depends on what you want to do with the money you want to loan. Because first, you must convince the bank what you want to use the money for. Not because you want to buy tissue paper. You now go and apply in the bank that you need a loan.
Or personal consumption.
Or you want to buy phone for yourself. You go to the bank and apply for loan. No. What will the money be used for?
That's where we are, because this stringent means, all right, tied to getting loans from banks, brought a point where we now see loan sharks, digital loans, feasting on the unsuspecting public. So how do you address that bottleneck in the banks, for instance?
Technology also has its own disadvantage. I saw somebody who has an app on his phone, and he was using it to get loans, small loans, from some illegal
loan sharks.
Yes. And one of the days they called him to say, come, you are already owing over 50-something thousand naira. Come and pay. We are giving you 3 days to come and pay the money. And he was running up and down. I said, why did you do that?
So to avoid that, how do we tackle that aspect of the banks, for instance? Because we're going to be rolling this into a fresh episode, and we'll delve deeper into the digital loans that you just made mention of. But before we round off in less than 3 minutes, how do we clear off the bottleneck system in the regular banking system, for instance, that now gave room for all of these, ways by which those who are applying for loans now seek other means instead of seeking the right way where they will not be defrauded. So how do we address the bottleneck system in banks?
The banks should ensure that the processes to
flexible.
Get loans are flexible, because just now it is very cumbersome.
But the bank doesn't allow personal consumption.
No, you cannot, because like you are hungry. You want to go and apply for loan.
You must.
What do you do with the money? Convince the bank, because the bank too,
except it's a salary account, for instance.
Yes, the bank too
that can be given on personal consumption.
Yes, because you have a salary account. Yes, but if at the end of the day, when the salary comes, the bank takes the money.
But if it's not, then maybe we'll be looking at the turnover, for instance.
Because the bank also consider how much is this person applying for, the amount of the money. So that will now make the bank to be strict and ensure that the process is strict. Why? The bank want to be safer, to ensure that they are not giving their loan to the wrong person, and that their loan will come as at when due. And two, even the borrower will not be a fraudulent person.
Okay.
2. And 3, 4, the borrower too will use the money for the purpose for which it was applied for.
All right, thank you, Emmanuel Obakpolo. Awesome to have you join on this very, very sensitive and fresh topic on today. We're going to be looking at this, an extension, which is the second episode, which we'll be looking at still on debt recovery, both the legal and illegal means. Do well to join us same time next week. I am Philip Omo Gupon. Bye for now.
ITV, certainly the best.
The land of Owa is inhabited by the people with common ancestry, language, religion, economic and socio-political ties. However, irrespective of their subtitle differences in language and culture, they share common traditions. The people are known for their hospitality. Owan traced their origin to Benin Kingdom as a result for a man to find a comfortable place for living. The name Owan was derived from the largest and longest river in the area, which is known as Onwian or Onwa. It means one who makes merry in affluence.
The Ugewe is the final ceremony of the series of festivals. It is one of peace and lightheartedness, following the more solemn of the ritual year. Ugewe is the festival of the Ewe leaves, a symbol of good luck and joy. It is the most popular of all that heralds the dawn of a Benin New Year, new vow, newness of life and freshness of life, and a new hope for the future. In the evening, the Ewe leaves are presented to the Oba of Benin in grand style in a colorful ceremony. The Ihogbe society, amidst singing and dancing, bring the sacred leaves that symbolize good luck, blessings, peace, and prosperity. Each of the senior members of the Ihogbe proceeds to give the sacred leaves directly to the Oba of Benin, and others put theirs at his feet.
Onwa is rich in culture and traditions. The people are a mixture of traditional worshippers, Muslims and Christians. Onwa is located at the northern part of Edo State. It consists of 2 local government areas, that is Onwa West and Onwa East. It has a total number of 13 clans and 21 political wards, according to National Population Commission 2006 census. The population of Onwa people is put together at 251,686. The people love tradition and culture. Historically, the people ancestors in deep quest to hand down on their future children a society of love and friendship.
ITV, certainly the best.
Headlines: the Bill Defense Electoral Act as Yulwada Basiru return as National Chairman and Secretary. Edo delegate APC stalwart Lord Governor of Okwewolo back Tinubu. Monthly sanitation holds across Edo State without restriction of movement. Plus, Nigerian Army Regiment of 18 senior with ceremonial parade. Hello there, it's top of the weekend to you. Many thanks for joining us on the news broadcast on ED Television with me presenting from Abuja Network Studio. I am Organi Victor. I've got my colleague who will be joining me from Benin Network Studio. I have Daisy Leo Asekidi. Many thanks for joining me. Welcome.
Thank you, Victor Organi. Good evening and welcome to the news.
All right, now let's bring you the news. APC National Convention and chieftains of the party have lauded the developmental strides of the state governor, Senator Monday Okwewolo. Correspondent Ika Rata, who spoke with them at the Eagle Square in Abuja, report that they also endorsed the re-election of President Bola Tinubu, which they believe will impact positively on the people of the state. Let's bring you the report.
This APC National Convention here at